students Comcast is supporting through Project Up, our comprehensive initiative and $1 billion commitment to open doors for the next generation so they can build a future of unlimited possibilities. Learn more at comcast.com/projectup.
Deep in the bowels of your building's basement, the wastewater pump system handles everything that comes from the bowels of your building's workers. Who can you trust to make sure that wastewater flows from your building to the city's water treatment facility? Pumpman Philly, the experts in wastewater system troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and replacement. When your pumps go down, don't crap your pants. Call Pumpman Philly at 833-559-PUMP. 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get a seasonal warehouse job offer today? You don't even need to interview. That means you can make extra cash before the holidays. You can even pick your own payday. And seasonal jobs can lead to full-time, regular employment. You'll be amazed by what you can get as an Amazon warehouse associate. To learn more about all the benefits of working a seasonal job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Jamie's log. Progressive. The Harrington's backyard. Day 11, 4:43 a.m. The tent I set up in the Harrington's backyard to prove Progressive has 24/7 protection has a rip in it. But a little rain won't stop me. Mrs. Harrington said she totally understands 24/7 protection means 24/7. Gonna stay a few more days to make sure. It's hailing now. That's fun.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection. Just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
No matter who's coming over, Philly Pretzel Factory has a party tray for you. Kick off this season the right way. Whether you have a house full of fans or just a few friends getting together for the game, Philly Pretzel Factory is always the right call. There's a pretzel tray for every party, big or small. There's a location near you in Philly, Jersey, and even Delaware. Find your store at phillypretzelfactory.com. Philly Pretzel Factory, the official soft pretzel of the Philly sports fan.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I love fall.
Cooler temperatures are nice, but our energy bills are going to skyrocket when we start up our old furnace.
You know, a more efficient system would save us money. Isn't Bryant offering instant rebates on new systems right now?
Seriously? I might even love winter with an offer like that.
For a limited time, Bryant is offering up to $675 in rebates on a new home comfort system. Visit nopaybryant.com to find a dealer near you.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
At my age, I never dreamed I'd be dealing with opioid addiction.
I was pregnant and I couldn't stop.
Getting sidelined by an injury was bad, but the cravings were way worse.
Then I heard about 844-REACH-NJ.
They connected me to treatment and I had a healthy baby.
844-REACH-NJ was the call that made the difference.
Thank goodness I made the call.
So glad I made the call for both of us.
REACH-NJ.
If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, call 844-REACH-NJ from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
The new era for Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video. This Thursday, it's some serious offensive horsepower as Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts travel to Denver to take on Russell Wilson and the new-look Broncos. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars, live from Denver. Not an Amazon Prime member will sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Colts and the Broncos, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/watchtnf for details.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Win $1,000 right now. 97.5 The Fanatic is bleeding green.
Oh, there you go. Bleeding green, baby. Your chance to win a grand. Text the word GLAD. G-L-A-D. GLAD. Like we're glad the Phillies clinched. Text GLAD to 45911. Or you can enter it on the Fanatic app or 975thefanatic.com. That's the word glad. One winner selected at random will win $1,000 in this company-wide contest. Winners will get a call from Beasley. So be sure to answer your phone. Complete rules at 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic's Bleeding Green, presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook Casino app. Everything you want in the digital casino and sportsbook. Please never text and drive. Good luck.
It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz?
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Yo, Cuz, how you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
Welcome to Red October. Oh, it feels good, man. It really does. It's Red October. I don't care about, it's a third wild card or, whatever you want to call it. People say play in or whatever. It's the playoffs, all right? They're in the playoffs. It's Red October. They made the playoffs. They broke the drought. 11 long years since the Phillies had the 4 aces and inexplicably lost in that Game 5 to Chris Carpenter, 1-0 on that fateful October night. Who would have thought that would have been the last playoff berth for 11 years? Remember, like it was yesterday, Raul Ibanez hit a bomb that got knocked down in right center field. It was a shot. Any other time, that ball's out and the Phillies win. They go on the win, and to me, they were still the best team that year. I think they would have won the World Series and whatever. But it was 1-0, and after that, Ryan Howard got hurt. The team started to kind of fade a little bit, right? And it was all that stuff that happened. All that stuff that ensued. I'll never forget the following year, the Phillies opened in Pittsburgh. And I was talking to Charlie. I go, hey, what are you thinking? And he goes, Anthony, we got a bunch of leprechauns. That was the Ben Revere. And then we went from Ben Revere to the dark days of the mannequin Ryan Sandberg, and then from there, it was Klentak and McPhail, 2 despicable characters, and then it was the Gabe and spitting out the ice cream and cocoa butter and all that nonsense. And finally, through Girardi and his miserable face, finally, Robbie Thompson and Bryce Harper. Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. Fightins are in the playoffs. Judas! The Judas train is chugging. Let me hear it.
Well, the first pitch of the night, and the Phillies hope it's a special night, is hit in the air to deep left field. Mancini's going back. It is gone! Kyle Schwarber the opposite way has given the Phils a 1-0 lead right out of the gate. The 3-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow center field. Coming on is Marsh. Still coming on. Makes the catch. The ball game is over. The drought is over after 11 seasons. The Philadelphia Phillies are going back to the postseason. They'll represent the National League as a wild card representative.
How about it? How about it? Isn't it great? Fighting's in the playoffs, man. Houston, the Astros did a great thing last night. Congratulations, Philadelphia. That gave me the chills. And look, we've been through too many baseball playoffs. You watch the baseball playoffs, you know that October is a great evener. When you boil it down to a best of 3, anybody's vulnerable, man. Anything can happen. And if you play the Cardinals and we get a double bird weekend, I got to tell you, I like their chances a lot, actually. I like their chances because they'll have the advantage in the pitching matchups. If you got the Cardinals, I think it's paramount to play the Cardinals. A part of me would love to see the Mets only because of they look really tight to me. But Tunis is right. We were talking about this morning. You gotta you get the easier matchup, and the Cardinals. Look, they got big bats and Arenado and Goldschmidt, and they can rake a little bit, but they're also a right-handed lineup, which plays right into the Phillies' advantage, especially when you're looking at Wheeler, who's really difficult on right-handers. He'll bear it in on you, man. He'll pound you, and I love their chances. I could see it. I smell it. I actually smell a first-round victory. That's what I feel. Yeah, again, no rhyme or reason, just the vibe, man. Red October is here. Judas, it's here. Playoffs.
I'm so glad I can play that, and it's like actually real, and not Bamboo Brad Miller from last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, what a joyous night yesterday, man. I was at a loss for words. So, as you guys can probably tell, you and I have been kind of under the weather the last couple of shows, and so last night I was like, all right, dude, I need to finish this thing. So I may have been in a bit of a daze, because I may have drank too much of the purple drank, the NyQuil, to try to get through it quicker. I don't suggest doing that. So I watched the game with like one eye open, man, and that was one of the last things I saw before I went to bed was that final out.
That was great.
I just let out this.
I like going Eflin too.
Oh, they did it. They did it, man. And I just went to bed and I slept like an absolute baby and woke up.
Yeah.
It was great, dude. One of the first things I did was just scroll through social media this morning. Then I saw all the sites from. So I got nothing else to do at 4 a.m. So I'm scrolling through everything that went on in the clubhouse yesterday, and then of course all the fans celebrating and all the sentiment, because everybody had the same thing on their mind, like, holy hell, it's been 11 years, and how much has changed for our personal lives in 11 years.
Yeah, well,
and so it's great, man. It's finally here. I was tired of waiting for it. I was dreading a potential collapse, and that collapse didn't happen. Thank you to Miami for taking 3 of 4 against Milwaukee over the weekend.
That was interesting because Milwaukee actually came back. They were losing 4-1, 4-0, 4-1. And then the next thing you know, they came back and won the game. I was like, huh, right? And it's like, just finish it.
Yeah, please just finish it off. And they did, man. Nola was spectacular.
Stock,
And here's the beauty of it, man. Now you just rest some of the guys. Like Wheeler does not have to pitch, obviously, the rest of this series. He can go game 1. Hopefully Noel's ready to go game 2. I would imagine he'd be on enough rest. And if not, you save him for a potential game 3, unless you're down 1-0, right? But if it's if you're up 1-0, maybe you save him for game 3. I don't know what you do.
What do you mean?
Would it be 5 days on Friday?
He's fine. We're going to pitch. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday. I keep on thinking it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because that's what would be smart.
He's going to pitch Saturday.
Yeah, so that works perfectly. But yeah, man, I mean, I thought the same thing that you thought, man. They have a better shot at winning against the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't think it would be crazy that they're playing in the NLDS. And I did something last night. I purchased 2 tickets just in case.
That's awesome.
I got ahead of it, man. I was like, you know what? Let me just buy a pair just in case they make it.
I mean,
exactly.
Again, and we talk about this all the time. People sometimes they want to try to analyze it, look into it. Playoff baseball is its own animal. It's its own animal. You don't know kind of what teams are going to be like, where their bats at. It's a different. It really is. We've seen this a million times of a team that wins 100 some odd games and they're chugging along, and then they get bit in the first round. I've seen 100 times.
Yep, we saw it with our own team 11 years ago.
Right.
And wouldn't it be like perfect if you were able to do that? Revenge. And some of those guys are still there from St. Louis, at least. All the Phillies are gone, but some of those guys, Wainwright, Yachty, and Pujols, they're still all around. So that's kind of cool that you're going to be potentially facing them in the first round.
Sure. Are you kidding me? It's fantastic. I remember being so excited for that run, for that whole run, for that year. When they got the 4 aces and they're rocking Halliday, they get Lee back, Hamels, they get Oswalt, and then it was Blanton. It was funny. And I remember that being in spring training, Clearwater, people feeling it, excited. Doc, it was Kendrick getting there early to be with that. Like, it was awesome. I thought that they were going to be, that was a World Series type of team.
Yeah, and they should have been there. Unfortunately, stuff happens, and it's just crazy that
like 1-0, like that. That's,
right.
That, and again, it was Halladay was always the only time he was ever vulnerable was in the first inning.
Yep.
Because he would overthrow sometimes. And then they scratch out a run. Like the Cardinals get one run. Who thinks that one run
was it
stands up and it's a 1-0?
Yeah, how many times you hear don't let that starting pitcher settle in, right? And that was Halladay, right?
You
got to him early.
Halladay, how many times you put the game on the 6th inning? Halladay has retired 16 in a row.
Right, exactly. Yeah, man, it's a great day today. I'm in just a great mood. I was scrolling through a lot of photos like from 2011. I posted a picture on Twitter this morning. Me and my sister.
Was that your graduation?
Yeah. So on Instagram, I put out like 10 photos over the last 11 years. So I started with my graduation photo. But on Twitter, I posted a photo of me and my sister actually at a game in 2011. I had long hair. It was actually the night they got Bin Laden. I was at that Phillies-Mets game, on ESPN and the USA chant. So there was that night. But yeah, man, I was with my sister. I had the locks going. They were sneaking me beers because I was not 21 yet. So, so they were sneaking beers down to me. It was great.
Oh, dude, listen, I remember that well. I remember the whole run. It was a great run.
What a year! And
it was fun. I was doing the baseball for Fox.
Yeah.
And so I was on covering the team on the field. It was a blast. Anthony was a baby.
Yeah, Moss wasn't even born yet, man.
No Moss. And it was and Anthony was like Coop. Yeah, crazy.
I know, and that's what keeps on running through my mind is, oh my God, dude, I was 17 in high school.
Last time.
I had no thought of I would be doing sports talk radio. My thought was I just need to get through graduation, man. I just need to get out of high school. Enough is enough.
Yeah,
that's what was always on my mind.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, that's a huge. That's why it was the second longest drought.
Yeah.
Besides the Mariners, who also broke
it this year, which is crazy to think about.
Listen, what a fun. Listen, and again, we're going to say it all day today, but. I don't want to hear about wild card, third wild card. It's bogus, this and that. It's playoffs, man. I think this is the play-in round. It's the playoffs, right? There's a bunch of teams aren't playing. There's a bunch of teams that are playing, and a few teams that are playing.
I'm guaranteed.
That means the playoffs.
I'm guaranteed 164 games of Phillies baseball this year. That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
they could lose the first two games, and boom.
I do think the way they do it is stupid.
I do too.
I think it should be a 5-game series,
and then everything else is 7 instead of the NLDS still being 5.
Yeah. I think it should be 5, 7, 7, 7.
I wonder they might change that at some point.
It's like the NBA. Just go the NBA route.
Right.
Got a lot of teams. I mean, go have a series. And this whole weird thing, or you're on the road the whole time. It's weird, but
yeah, I don't like that either because
I don't like it either. I think it's stupid.
We saw potentially the last home game last week, right? When the Phillies played the Braves for 4 games.
Yeah.
And if they don't win the first round series, we don't see them again until next year.
Yeah.
In South Philly, which that sucks. But I liked it, dude. I like their chances.
Listen, I'm glad. I do like their chances, and I am happy for this group.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, we all love Bryce. What's not to love about Bryce?
Yeah. And as much as Reese struggle, I love the dude. Like, I got no problem with Reese, the guy.
How about Bohm? How about Stott? A buddy of mine texted me last night. He goes, Stott's going to be the next one everybody loves. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that. It was cool. He did the Instagram live in the clubhouse yesterday.
Yeah.
So you obviously had your NBC Sports coverage, but then you had like the behind the scenes, right? Where everybody was acting like themselves and dude, and I'll be honest, man. I know he had fleas before he came here. I was happy for Gene.
Yeah,
he was the longest active player in Major League Baseball, not making the playoffs. And the joy that you saw on his face on that Instagram live, like they were all happy for him. He was just dancing around. Like, that's cool, man.
I agree.
Been a long time, dude.
Yeah, listen, I think he's half a flea guy, but
I do too.
It's all right.
He's a nice little ball player.
Yeah. Listen, the fact that they're in Wheeler, Nola. How about Nola pitching well? Like, come on, that's good.
He's good in October. So September struggles.
Yeah.
But October, man.
He actually pitched well. There was one
great.
start in September.
Yes.
He pitched fine. He pitched real well. I think all along, listen, they're a legitimate team. We thought all along they were legitimate, and they are. I mean, they're a team that's they got to get fixed. They got to get tweaked.
Yeah, they need to get some different construction
there.
there.
You need a leadoff hitter and whatever, and they'll do that. But this is the first. This is the first step. This is, you want to call it. It's 27. 2007 against the Rockies and whatever. If they lose, they lose. I look at it like, it's one of those things where you get a taste of it. Just, keep playing. All right, you get a taste of it. And who knows? And I keep going back to it. I don't know. I look at that Cardinals team and I go, who's afraid of that team?
Yeah, you got Goldie and Arenado who are studs, right? They're very good baseball players. But you got
by the way,
Wheeler Nola.
Right. And you got Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. You got Schwarber with all those bombs this year.
And I don't fear their pitching staff. I fear the Mets pitching staff, right? Like, I fear DeGrom and Scherzer.
Yeah,
I fear
that's obvious.
Fried, right? I don't, like...
And Strider, actually.
Yeah, true. But, like, I look at the Cardinals staff, I go, all right, they got decent arms.
Yeah, bleep the Cardinals.
Right, exactly.
You know why? It's all about revenge with the Cardinals.
Yeah,
really.
I'm ready to show some hate this week.
Yeah, we got double bird. It looks like double bird. Now it's still got some work to do with the Padres and all to get the other bird involved, but it would be great. It would be absolutely perfect to play them from a competitive standpoint and from a take care of family business standpoint.
Yeah, exactly, man. That storyline's fantastic.
It really is. I mean, it goes back to even before 2011. It was all the whole Scott Rowland, I'm going to baseball heaven.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. Bleep you, Scott. Forget about Scott. Baseball heaven. That face. That's
gross.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. And by the way, it was having covered baseball there, it's a horrible place to cover baseball.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, there was the old stadium was terrible. It was like a vet type of stadium, and it was 1,000 degrees. I used to hate going to St. Louis. That's an armpit. All right. We got lots to do and lots to get to. We're going to celebrate a little bit. We got a red October. Bunting. Oh, isn't that nice?
You put it up on the house?
Yes.
You have to,
I got to
man.
get it. I got to get some. Where do I get bunting at? Bed Bath and Beyond?
Yeah, I'm sure you could go there.
Yeah, they have it.
Amazon.
Yeah, but I want to go buy it and put it up. Where do I get it at?
Amazon.
Yeah, but then you got to wait for it.
You do it Amazon Prime, you get it next day.
All right,
you order right now, you got it up in your driveway tomorrow.
I'd rather just go pick it up and then put it up. 610.
We'll bunting near me.
What's that?
We'll Google bunting near me.
All right, do that. Please do that. I don't order anything. My wife orders. She's on Amazon all the time, but I don't do that. I don't order anything. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio with the Tunis. We're just getting started in our Red October Tuesday, baby. Let me tell you about Colonial Marble and Granite. Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of my wife, it was, I guess, like 2 weeks ago now, and she hits me with, "Wow, I just want to watch the game. You ever just want to watch the game, head down, like don't nobody bother you, right?" And she's looking at the kitchen and she's talking. And I'm just going, I just want to watch the game. Look at this kitchen. This kitchen's ugly. Look at it. It's horrible. I can't believe it. We have this kitchen. And I'm just going, and I'm not saying a word. Right? Colonial Marble and Granite. You got to call. I'm thinking, can I just watch the game? But she's right about Colonial Marble and Granite. They're incredible. You want to make sure that, you get your kitchen done up and you can just watch the game in peace. They do everything. Nikos is a buddy of mine. He's the president and the owner. Him and his family, fantastic. They have way more than just countertops. They have a new design team that does in-home consultations And they're going to help us, in fact, with all the remodeling, countertops, cabinetry, tile, flooring, you name it. It's a one-stop shop taking care of their customers from selection to installation. And now during their fall and the savings sale, you can save up to 20% off all marble, granite, quartz countertops, and kitchen cabinetry. Get a fully installed kitchen sink and faucet package for just $499. Check out their area showrooms over the weekend. Get 25% off all tile. Get your tremendous savings now. A new kitchen in time for the holidays. Financing? No worries. Get zero money down, 0% financing on purchases of $19.99 or more for up to 18 months. Fall into savings now at one of their local showrooms or online at colonialmarble.net.
Fanatic Sports Updates.
I just noticed something. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. So the Phillies got eliminated October 7th of 2011. Their first playoff game since then will be October 7th, 2022. So exactly 11 years from their final playoff game will be the Phillies' first playoff game against whether it's the Cardinals or the Mets this Friday, which is just absolutely crazy. Phillies snapped their 11-year drought with a win yesterday, 3-0. Aaron Nola was incredible, and it all started with Kyle Schwarber and his leadoff home run. We'll be reacting to the Phillies and their playoff clinching spot from last night's win over the Astros all day today. This update is also brought to you by KinConnector.org, raising your grandchildren or another loved one's children. Pennsylvania Kin Connector connects kinship families to services and resources. Visit KinConnector.org, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
BetMGM unleashes the spirit of Las Vegas with BetMGM rewards. Every time you make a wager at BetMGM, you can earn BetMGM rewards points that you can redeem for online bonus credits. It's never been easier to join the action on the new BetMGM app, featuring a fresh redesign with improved features and quicker navigation. Planning a trip to Vegas? You can convert your BetMGM points into MGM rewards points that you can use towards dinings, shows, and hotel rooms at over 20 MGM resorts located on the Las Vegas Strip and nationwide. BetMGM Rewards is sports betting's premier loyalty program, including exclusive offers, incredible experiences, and valuable perks when you wager with BetMGM. Sign up with BetMGM or log in and take advantage of BetMGM Rewards. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
While many eSport orgs didn't make the cut for the 30 partnered Valorant Champions Tour teams, only one org lost a spot after having it. Riot Games decided to make a complete U-turn with G2 Esports due to a video of G2's CEO, Carlos Rodriguez, partying with influencer Andrew Tate. Carlos foolishly commented that he can party with whoever he wants, which resulted in G2 losing a spot in the fastest growing esport.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Geico presents Daily Affirmations.
Repeat after me. We are filled with an abundance of joy.
We are filled with an abundance of joy.
Also an abundance of questions. Good thing Geico has 24/7 claim service to help answer questions and resolve claims quickly.
Good thing Geico has 24/7 claim service.
We are also filled with an abundance of biscuits.
We are also filled with, I don't think it works this way.
Oh, and jam. Don't forget jam.
To manifest more Geico in your life, go to geico.com.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get a seasonal warehouse job offered today? You don't even need to interview. That means you can make extra cash before the holidays. You can even pick your own payday. And seasonal jobs can lead to full-time, regular employment. You'll be amazed by what you can get as an Amazon warehouse associate. To learn more about all the benefits of working a seasonal job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's Cuz. Join me for an unbelievable Birds watch party on a massive projection screen inside the 23rd Street Armory in Philadelphia. The party's being thrown by Philly Sports Trips and Brauhaus Schmitz. Incredible. So you know they're going to have the best food, German beer, lots of it, and lots of fun tailgate, games, prizes, you name it. I'm going to be there for all the fun. And, of course, the game. Watch the Birds with me and 1,000 fans Sunday, October 9th, the 23rd Street Armory. Go to phillysportstrips.com for your tickets. Come on, join me. We're going to have a blast.
Get what you want and pay over time when you use your Lowe's Advantage Card. Now through October 26, 2022. Ask for 0% APR with 36 fixed monthly payments on a product installation or appliance purchase of $1,000 or more. Shop for the appliances you want in-store or online. Or go to the store nearest you for installation. Now at Lowe's. Offer subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store Lowes.com for details. U.S. only.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work. It's time to learn the truth about probiotics from Align, the probiotic brand recommended by gastroenterologists 2 times more than any other probiotic brand. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel at AlignProbiotics.com.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? Well, we could try to fill the remaining time with awkward pauses. It's often done for comedic effect. Is it working? I can't tell if this is funny. Maybe this is so bad it's funny. Wow, we really peaked at the save big when you switched to Progressive part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
That ding can mean any number of things. Find out at your local Meineke and save $10 when you spend $50, $20 when you spend $150, and $50 when you spend $400. For tires, brakes, batteries, exhaust, and more, trust Meineke, doing car care right.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
There's never been a better time to get gig speed internet and advanced security from Comcast Business. With our new gig bundles, you'll get 20% more speed for less. That's more value for your business and more speed to keep all your connected devices running smoothly. So get an incredible offer from the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Comcast Business Internet required. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Don't damn 10 o'clock hour brought to you by Window Nation. Take advantage of Window Nation's 50% off sale on all style windows. Plus, make no down payment with no payments and no interest for 12 full months. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. 10:30. Buzz Radio with the shooters. You know, I was funny. I'm just thinking about, you got the tickets. And I was thinking about my first ever playoff game that I was ever at. And I was probably Massimo's age, a little younger. When it was Phillies Dodgers. Dude. It was, like 1978. I think it was the play. I think that was the series where it was the play at first, the Davy Lopes. He was out, right? They called him safe.
Right.
It was the whole thing, the rain. It was like all this stuff was happening. And I just remember it was me and my cousin, my mother and my aunt. They got tickets. at like the 600 level, the vet.
Yeah.
And it was like it was cold October, red October. What a great memory. Like, wow, the whole crowd, crowd was wild.
Yeah.
Phillies, Dodgers.
Yeah, my first playoff memory at a game was Kaz Matsui.
Wow, Rockies.
Grand slam, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that day. Was that an afternoon game?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I think I left school early I don't know if it was a weekend
I
or
remember
weekday,
being on the air. I think we were broadcasting. The only thing I will tell you is I missed the, broadcasting at the outside.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
The bank.
Well, and they have now a radio booth inside, right?
Oh, well, I opened that thing up. We used to. That was. In fact, I remember doing every show down there for. It was great. And I do miss now the broadcasting outside. We would be outside Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Oh, the crowd, like the fans freaking out. That's the best.
I even love when we did opening day outside at Xfinity a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was great.
Opening day. That was great.
That was fantastic.
Everybody that was going to the game.
Are you kidding me? That's the best, dude. Playoff baseball, bunting.
Now you got something Friday night. Like you have something Friday night.
Yeah.
To just nestle in and watch. Well, depending on what time it is.
Actually, I wouldn't mind if it was during the day.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I
disagree.
Playoff day baseball.
Yeah, I would prefer that on Saturday. Friday, I want to get home. We're out in Malvern.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
I hope it's, 4 o'clock at the earliest. So I'm home and I can just nestle in and watch the game pitch by pitch.
Yeah, I hear you selfishly, but I do like I like day baseball, playoff day baseball.
I just don't want to have to worry about anything. I want to be home. Pick up the coop from the sitter.
Right,
be home.
I hear you. Want to nestle. Well, day baseball is the best of. What about 4 o'clock? You're home by 4.
That's what I'm saying. 4 o'clock at the earliest. Now to be in St. Louis, so there's hour time difference, so it wouldn't be 1 here because they're not going to start at noon, would they?
Well, I mean, who knows? I mean, it depends on how they're going to steer. They're going to stagger. So they're going to still stagger the series.
I could see a 4:05 first pitch here, so 3:05 in St. Louis.
It doesn't matter because if it's 12:05, it's 12:05. It doesn't matter. Like if it's 1:05 here, 12:05 Central Time, it doesn't really matter. They'll do it. It all depends on who gets the bye. So the Dodgers get the bye.
Yeah.
So that takes a West Coast game out of it.
And the Braves. Or no.
So that takes
Dodgers and the Braves. Top 2 teams get the bye.
That takes a West Coast host out of it.
Yeah, because it's going to be in St. Louis.
Houston gets a bye.
Yep.
So Stros get a bye.
And the Yankees.
So you do have the Mariners. That's good.
Yeah. And Yankees would be, prime time. It would be the 8 o'clock.
Right. You got no Phillies Cardinals would not be prime time.
No.
So, it's going to be, my guess is the slot's going to be 1 or 4.
Okay. Hoping for 4.
Wow. Fightings and Cardinals.
I can't wait,
Friday.
Man.
Get the lineup.
Oh, man.
And here's your starting lineup for the Fighting Phillies. Leading off, Kyle Schwarber.
Dude, how nuts is he? Goes yard, first pitch.
Yeah, it was big.
Like, I hate him in the leadoff spot. Like, I do. I have for 160 games, I've hated him in the leadoff spot.
We all do, but...
Or however many games he's been in the leadoff spot, but... Dude, to start a game like that,
yeah.
All right, that's a good start there.
Yeah, it just takes the pressure off everybody.
Yeah, he was not messing around.
Yeah.
Nola just dealt yesterday.
He looked good.
He looked fantastic.
Yeah, he did. All right, here we go. It's on. All right, let's talk to our friends. 610-632-0975. Let's go to M in the Northeast. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. M.
Gentlemen, speaking of bunting, this is an anti-analytics bunt down the third baseline against the spread. That's what this call is. Baseball is a thread that goes through all of our lives. I could tell you about my grandmother in 1980. But the person that I am most happy for this time is Tunis. He has taken a lot of guff from a lot of people, and he stood there and he took it, and we wound up getting into the playoffs. And I will tell you that last night I heard from some people. Last night I did not. Those people I did not hear from, they are on my list, and I will verbally recreate the baptism scene from The Godfather. Michael, you reject Satan, and that's what I'm just going to bide my time on that, because when I first spoke with Tunis about this has nothing to do with a World Series. I don't expect them to win a World Series, but this is eyes wide open when they see 50 members of the media surrounding them and not 10. Look at the Eagles from last year. Everybody said, they're not going to win anything, so they only played bad teams. Would you want this team here going into the playoffs for the first time? They have that learning experience already passed.
Listen, you're exactly right, Em. It's why it's ridiculous not to celebrate it, not to welcome a playoff berth. I mean, it's always about experience and knowing what it's like and feeling it for the first time. It's great. I completely agree.
And
it's not even debatable, to be honest with you.
And I have to give a yo to your man, Brad. I cashed on Liberty.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if not for a missed extra point, I would have had my first 100% Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. But go Phillies. It's Red October. God bless the Phillies.
I love it. Good stuff, Em. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. Timmy, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tim.
What's up, gentlemen? How are we?
What's happening, Tim?
Man, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, just so excited about the Phils. And I wanted to share this with you, if you wouldn't mind. My daughter was born September 28th, 2011. My wife and I are in the hospital watching the Phillies beat the Braves in extra innings on this tiny, tiny TV in Trenton, New Jersey. And I thought, it's a sign. They're going to go all the way to the World Series. I got my baby girl. And then the Cardinals came along. And it feels like 11 years of a curse. I mean, we celebrated her birthday this weekend, and I couldn't help but think about it. Maybe this is the year. And for that reason...
How great is that? Is that if you get the Cardinals...
Yes.
That exercises those demons.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Cardinals. Because I remember 5 nights later, sitting in bed, I got this precious little 8-pound thing on my chest, just losing my mind. 1-0, 5-game series, they lose it? I mean, I couldn't believe it. And so I've been waiting for good Phillies baseball. She hasn't seen it. And I'm hoping this is at least a year to see something.
You know, listen, you get a chance. It's funny because that's kind of her birthright now, is that she was born into Phillies postseason. You know?
That's right. That's right. Well, thanks for taking my call, guys.
You got it, Jimmy, man. That's beautiful. I love it. Hang out with your angel. Yo, Judas, real quick, you should call to Skip. We're just texting me back and forth.
Call him right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Call him up. Yeah, actually, call him up right now. Because he's fired up. He's like, we got a chance. Nola and Wheeler means we got a chance. All right, well, knowing me, we're not going to get out on time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, we'll call him later.
You want to call him 11:30? We'll go 11 and then move the vault to 11:40?
No, we can't move the vault. We'll do 11. Let me text him.
All right.
Let's see what he's good.
I mean, I would love to hear from him.
I know. Well, it's funny because he's pumped up.
Stay right with you, son.
I love the fact, like, he gets excited. Like, he legitimately roots for the Phillies.
Yes.
Like, it's amazing. Like, there's a guy that's been in the game for 60 years, and he, again, Dodgers. Like, he's been on Twins, a bunch of different organizations. Cleveland, as you know, was big for him because he was real close with John Hart, who was the GM of the Indians. And he's loved the Philadelphia, the Phillies became his, first love.
That's awesome.
which is cool.
Yeah, and he's bought in, man. I mean, like you said, he legitimately loves them. He's there at every spring training. He scouts for them, right? He does all kinds of stuff. He's all a part of this organization still.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. It really is. How about his daughter? Isn't that interesting? Like, she was born that year on the precipice of Red October. It's a birthright now. You know, she'll be. Hopefully, you get a run now. Yeah. See, what I look at, what I like about it is that what I'm hoping for now is that now this begins the run where you're going to be in the playoffs for the next 7-8 years.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you got the lineup to do it, and you're going to make some tweaks to make the team even better. Like, they know it.
This is the whole, Roaring 20s.
Right, exactly. That's
starting
what we
to
had
manifest itself.
Just took a couple years, that's all.
We're here, dude.
I mean, the Eagles are 4-0. The Sixers, it was great watching them yesterday. Got a little taste.
Dude, how about
a little taste?
How about the greatest ever was that freaking brick. That brick that clanked up. Oh my God. Turn around and he just built a house. Oh my God.
I thought he broke a house.
Caused an avalanche. Oh. Bob, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Bob.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Bobby.
I've been such a long time fan that I graduated high school in '64, so I've been around through it all. The ups and the downs that saw Flyers win Stanley Cups. I saw the collapse. I had season tickets to the Phillies, the Flyers, the Eagles, and it's been a tough ride. I'm excited for the Phillies. Went down to quite a few games this year, but I really was glad to see they didn't fold the 10 up. It looked like they were going to.
Yeah, listen, it got dicey for a minute. Yeah, it got dicey. That Cubs series, oh my God, I was losing my mind during that Cubs series.
Oh, I'm with
that.
you.
A week Thursday, not even a week ago, it was that Thursday where they get shut out by those 3 ham and egg pitchers.
Yeah, no, it looked like they showed nothing in the line of guts to be able to get through.
Yeah, I just think they knew. Listen, the best thing for him was playing the Nationals. You felt better about yourself, able to hit the ball, and get a little help from the Marlins. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, I go all the way back. I played baseball at Temple.
Oh yeah, you played for that Skip Wilson?
Yes, I did.
Very cool. Did you know Johnny Mars, my boy?
Yeah, and I was there when Johnny Baum was playing basketball, and it was pretty neat. I had a lot of great experiences with things, and I like to see them in the playoffs.
That's awesome.
It's just the best thing for the whole area.
It is.
Just
I agree.
Phillies.
No, it is, and it's good for the game too. It's good for the health of the game here.
That we have all been waiting, and it's just so good to boost the morale in these times where we've had rain for 5 straight days.
I know, right? Yeah. Cold rain. Yep. I'm with you. We get to warm up a little baseball, baby. Feels good.
That sounds great.
All right, Bobby. Take it easy, brother. You kidding me? There's nothing like playoff baseball. You know, the beauty of playoff baseball is it's pitch by pitch.
Yeah, it all matters.
Right? Like you bear down. And every pitch, you hang on every pitch. It's tense. That's where the sport is great.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like you're not third inning, let me go for a walk on Ashburn Alley.
Right.
Like, you're not doing that, or you're not peering at your phone. You're actually watching every single pitch.
Yeah, that's what's fun about it. That's what's great about the sport. It's in a lot of ways, it's the two sports that get heightened up are baseball and hockey.
Right,
because
exactly.
hockey, it's every rush.
Right.
Down ice. You're right. It's one of those deals. But baseball's dynamite because when in the playoffs, just because you're setting up, you want to take pitches, you have a plan, you're thinking about it,
and we've always said how every team somewhat has a chance to actually do something in the playoffs because you got to the playoffs because of something. You either had a ridiculously good lineup or you had stellar pitching, right? So even though the Phillies clearly have holes on this team that they need to focus on to fix during the offseason, Game 1, I got Zach Wheeler, the guy who finished second in Cy Young voting last year. Had another stellar this year if it wasn't for starting off a little slow because he was dealing with his shoulder injury during spring training, and then he missed some time during the season. But he had an incredible year. So even though the Phillies have flaws and the Cardinals may be a more fine-tuned team, I may have the better Game 1 starter. And so if you win 1-0, like the Phillies lost 1-0.
Actually, I think you have the game. I think
better
you have the
1
advantage.
and 2.
You do.
So, you might have an incredible lineup, but if a pitching staff can shut you down, which we've seen, look, the Phillies have an incredible lineup, but a lot of pitching staffs have shut them down this year. If I have Wheeler and Nola, I have a great chance. It's not just hot goaltender going into the playoffs, right? Look, I got a talented arm that can really set the stage, set the tone for your team. And if he goes 7 shutout, and then you use your 2 best relievers in the 8th and the 9th, which the Phillies do have capable arms to do that. And, it's not like the Pig Pen hoedown from a few years ago. I like the Phillies' chances.
I do.
You should
too.
like any team's chance. Any team has a chance to do something in the playoffs.
I do too. And again, when you look at the pitching, you look at the Cardinals pitching.
Yeah,
It's not good.
Right. And forget this series, right? You go through any slate of games. The Mets are probably going to be a wild card team, right? You like their chances in the start of the playoffs because they have DeGrom and Scherzer going for them games 1 and 2. But then you also go, all right, well, the Padres do have, they have some Machado. They have Soto. They do have Musgrove. They do have some talented arms, and they have some incredible bats. Any team has a chance. The Mariners have a chance. Right, any team has a chance when it comes to playoff baseball, as long as you have a horse on the mound to start Game 1 and maybe even Game 2, and you have a couple of big bats.
Yeah,
because it could just be one swing, as we remember from 2011.
That's right.
It was one run.
I mean, you're does Jordan Montgomery keep you up at night?
No. Good arm.
You and I were talking about Flaherty. He has not been.
I thought he was going to be a stud.
So did I. I thought after last year, I thought he took the step last year.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be an ace of a staff
he gets
for
hit.
a long time. Yeah.
Listen, that staff isn't that good. Well, we'll talk more about it with Charlie at 11:30. All right, so call him at 11:30. He'll be good to go. 610-632-0975 is how you join us. 610-632-0975. It's Cuz Ready with the Tunas. Here, couple things. Got some line. We have the vault coming up. And we're going to have some fun with the vault. You want to make sure you keep it here. Vault always takes you back to some great moments. And that's happening. Coming up straight ahead. Also get your calls, Charlie, the whole thing. Right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let me tell you about a little Corporalese Bakery. Yes, is it any on Tuesdays? It's funny, Corporalese Bakery goes, it's Tomato Pie Tuesday because the alliteration. And I go, well, that's great, but it could be any day. I like the Sunday because I like the Sunday morning tomato pie. That's the beauty of the Corporalese tomato pie is that it's great anytime. It's great football food because it sits out. You can get it hot right out of the oven and devour it. Or you go, it sits around like during the day at room temperature. You put it cold, you eat next morning for breakfast. It's the best. It really is. The tomato pie made with the best tomato, Roma tomatoes, the olive oil, the basil, all the fresh herbs on an incredible crust. That's the Corporalese Bakery. Little dusting of the Locatelli cheese. It's fantastic. Make sure you go to Corporalese Bakery and Deli because since 1924, the Corporalese family's been sharing their family's favorite foods and flavors with their favorite Philadelphians. All right? They got 3 locations, Norristown, Limerick, Audubon, and that's where 4 generations of pride go into everything they make. They got specialty cakes, stromboli. Take yourself back to a better time at Corporal E's Bakery and Deli, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more at corporaleesbakery.com.
Fanatic Sports Update.
We finally have a Red October. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by NJ Transit. What's your commute costing you? See how much you could save by taking NJ Transit, trains or buses. Get the details at njtransit.com/save. The Phillies snapped the 11-year playoff drought yesterday. They beat the They beat the Houston Astros 3-0, and now could face the St. Louis Cardinals in the first round series beginning this Friday. It's still not locked in yet. It would either be the Cardinals or the Mets, but most likely St. Louis, who of course ended the Phillies playoff time in 2011. October 7, 2011 was the last time the Phillies played in the playoffs. October 7, 2022 will be the first time they play in 11 years. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's John Kincaid from my friends at Window Nation, and you know forecasters are presenting a colder, snowier winter than we've had in the last couple years. That's why Window Nation wants you to put your wallet away until 2025. What are you talking about, John? We got to pay for the windows. Yeah, you do, but you don't pay for them until 2025. It's a great deal. You're going to buy 2 windows, you're going to get 2 free, and you're going to pay nothing until 2025. I'm talking no money down, no payments, no interest. Window Nation's got you covered. But, John, they probably don't have my size of a window. Yes, they do. They have every size, every style, every color that you could ever imagine. You go to windownation.com and you do the window shopping online, and you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. Did you know their average installer has over 16 years experience? Do you know they got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau? All you know is that if you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and they're going to charge you nothing until 2025. What a great deal. Buy 2, get 2 free, but you got to do it now. Go to windownation.com and do your window shopping, then call them. 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo for CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. It feels like a different season every day, and sometimes from hour to hour. As a result, heating and AC units switch from air conditioning to heat with little to no break. While you might be ready for the cold, is your heater? Well, one call to CNC Heating and Air Conditioning will ensure that your heater's ready to face the bitter winter temps. It's no secret that electric bills have skyrocketed, so make sure your system is tuned up or replaced before it's too late and your system becomes completely inefficient. If you're in Bucks or Montgomery County, the local experts in home heating, CNC Heating and Air Conditioning, are ready to help. They're family-owned, trusted, and proven for 50 years. You'll see why homeowners trust CNC Heating and Air Conditioning for their family's comfort. Visit cc-hvac.com to schedule your system service analysis today. That's cc-hvac.com. Our family is here to keep your family comfortable all year long. cc-hvac.com.
No House Advantage is changing the game with the most dynamic fantasy sports platform available. You can play in pick'em contests versus other people, and you get the shot at winning $250,000 plus in cash. It's so easy. You enter a contest by selecting your player props. You can pick players at will, anybody. So if you know the players, you've got the advantage. You can climb the leaderboard and win big money every day. Sign up now with promo code Fanatic at nohouseadvantage.com or download the app using promo code Fanatic to get a first deposit matchup up to $25. It's absolutely awesome. No House Advantage is only available in select U.S. states. Users must be 18 years of age or older to play. See terms of use for additional details at nohouseadvantage.com.
Fanatic listeners, Chip wants you to have the finest pizza, cheesesteaks, wings, and hoagies in the universe at Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham. Just order delicious food from Tonelli's and your beer is 97 cents. That's right, all Miller Lite drafts are 97 cents with any food order for all Fanatic listeners. And when you place a takeout order, grab a 12-pack of Miller Lite cans for only, you guessed it, $9.75. Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham is your Miller Lite headquarters. So come get the finest food in the universe and the best price Miller Lite around.
It's John Kincaid. You know, there's only one thing I really need to be happy. That's keeping my wife happy. And that's why a beautiful backyard paradise at our new home from Landis Block and Concrete will do the job for me. Beautiful patios, an outdoor kitchen, a fire pit, a retaining wall, whatever we want. Landis Block is going to be my resource for outdoor living. You just need the imagination, the space, and a budget. So lean on them. Trust them. You're not going to have to worry about a thing. Check out the photo gallery at landisbc.com. That's landisbc.com, because Landis Block is going to create the Kincaids a jaw-dropping outdoor paradise.
Hurricane Ian is affecting the lives of millions.
The American Red Cross is there now, working with local efforts to provide emergency shelter, food, and supplies for the thousands of evacuees. And they'll be there after the storm for those who will have lost it all. This station is part of the Beasley Best community of caring. To make a donation and to learn how you can help the American Red Cross disaster relief, emergency, and recovery efforts, go to bbgi.com/donate.
Get what you want and pay over time when you use your Lowe's Advantage Card. Now through October 26, 2022. Ask for 0% APR with 36 fixed monthly payments on a product installation or appliance purchase of $1,000 or more. Shop for the appliances you want in-store or online. Or go to the store nearest you for installation. Now at Lowe's. Offer subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store Lowe's.com for details. U.S. only.
You don't want to miss the Philadelphia Flyers home opener at Wells Fargo Center on October 13th.
Centering, they score! Atkinson rams it home, and he's got the hat trick.
Be here to see the Flyers kick off the season when they take on the New Jersey Devils.
Braun, a shot, deflection, score! Zach McEwen got his stick on it.
All fans in attendance get a Flyers t-shirt presented by Smartwater. Get your tickets now. Only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
The new era of Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video. This Thursday, two offensive stars go head-to-head as Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts travel to Denver to take on Russell Wilson and the new-look Broncos. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Colts and the Broncos, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/watchtnf for details.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. Start your NFL Week 5 off right with a no-sweat same-game parlay from FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. Whether you're new to FanDuel or already have an account, get free bets back if your Thursday night same-game parlay doesn't hit. Same-game parlays combine bets for a chance at a bigger payday. All right, you got Indianapolis and Denver this week. Jonathan Taylor, local kid, Salem High School in New Jersey, running back for Indianapolis. He's had a slow start so far. I think he's in for a big night. Maybe Russell Wilson, quarterback, has your eye on passing yards, maybe touchdown passes. What about Matt Ryan for Indianapolis? There's so many different things you can do. Build yours or choose from one of the popular same-game parlays pre-built for you in FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. Bet the NFL on Thursday night with a no-sweat, same-game parlay. Sign up with promo code Bob. Whether you're new to FanDuel or a current user, you're all set. Just download the app with promo code Bob. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. 3+ legs. Minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet $5. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
All right, 11 a.m. across the Delaware Valley. How about this note? My man VG hits me up with this. Aaron Nola is the first pitcher since, are you ready, Tunis? 1884 to have at least 220 plus strikeouts and fewer than 30 walks. He finishes the year 235 strikeouts and 29 walks.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, only
dude.
29 walks. That's Cliff Lee-esque.
235 strikeouts and 29 walks?
And it's crazy, man.
His whip is 0.961.
If only he could get out of some of those fifth innings.
That's unreal.
Because his ERA in the fifth inning this year is close to 6, right? So, like, that has been his killer inning, that third time through the order, the beginning stages of the third time through the order. And that was when a lot of the times the wheels fell off for him. If he got through that inning, he would be Cy Young this year.
Yeah, easy. Easy.
Right now, that's easy to say because he would then continue pitching. Would he pitch as well in the 6th, 7th? I don't know. But that fifth inning is what killed him this year.
For more perspective, how about this? So Nola's WAR is 6.3, top among all pitchers according to Fangraphs.
He'll probably get a few votes.
Rodon is 6.2, and Verlander is 5.8.
Wow. And he had spectacular
Yeah, he was
season.
had a ridiculous year. Is that incredible?
It is. It is because it doesn't really. When you watch Nola this year, you didn't think he was that dominant.
Yeah.
Because he would come out a lot of times in the fifth inning because all of a sudden he'd give up 3 runs, there'd be guys on base, and then he'd eventually get charged for a couple more runs.
How cool is that? I know.
He had some incredible starts, man.
He really did. He had some monsters. He had the one against the Braves. He had one against the Mets. Like, seriously, like, he pitched.
Yeah, he went toe-to-toe with DeGrom that one night.
Yeah,
and then the following week he didn't pitch well, and we were all like, is this the beginning of that September collapse for Nola? But no, he has had a spectacular
listen, he deserves
season.
a lot of props.
Yeah, he does, because the first couple outings this year.
My man Tasty Cake Dom, Dr.
That's
Freeze.
his guy, yeah.
Freeze.
His first couple outings were, you're like, all right. So he didn't get better. And then he locked in. And I got to give him a lot of credit, man. He's been spectacular this season.
Yeah, buddy. Let's sneak in Tommy, who was at the game last night. Tom.
Yo, June is cause Red October.
Tell me about it, Tom. How was it last night?
It was fantastic. From the first, when you were talking about yesterday how many Philly fans you would see. And in our section alone, we were row 116, 16 rows right behind the dugout and the Phillies batter's box. There was probably, 50, 60, 75 fans put around the stadium. When that first pitch left the park, 100 Philly fans quieted 30,000 Astro fans. It was like they all turned around and looked at us like, what's going on?
I was thinking of you guys because it was weird. We had like 5 people call up yesterday that were headed down to the game last night, including you, Tommy.
Yeah. And I saw, let's see, the jerseys that were there representing Philadelphia they had Lazinski, there was Utley, there was Schmidt, Halliday, Scherber, Harper. Even a Flyers shirt was in the crowd.
Wow.
It was fantastic. And what got me, though, when I went to the vet back in the 80s when they were on their run, they used to have a spot, you probably remember this, it was the Phillies players and family and wives, girlfriends were right behind home plate.
Right.
And then we got tickets. I had a friend, again, through my local IBW brothers that had season tickets, so we would share and buy tickets back and forth. They didn't have that last night. It was just fans. And it was fantastic. We ended up in the middle of a group of Philly fans.
That's awesome.
It was just perfect. So we got to the game early. My daughter, she's been here a while, so she's an Astros fan. She had her Altuve shirt. She's trying to get autographs. I was standing in the middle of the Phillies dugout where the players come in and out, and I had the Phillies flag. I was the only one in the stadium with the red Phillies flag, waving it. And at the end of the game, we went down there, and I have a video of Harper coming off the field and ringing the bell, the little Liberty bell. It's about 1:24, but, I'm 70 years old, so I'm not on Facebook or any of that stuff, but I don't know if you're engineers, if I can get it to you. It's 1:24 long.
Oh, it's cool. The tuners will tell you how to do it. That's awesome, man. We'd love to take a look at that. That's dynamite. All right, it's 11:05. It's time to open the vault.
When we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
Give me 1 second here.
All
right. You can explain what we're doing today. It's reliving 2011 a little bit.
Yeah, so, remember, it's 11 years since 2011, and the last time the Phillies made the playoffs. Well, that team, I kind of wanted to go back to that time, since that was the last time, the end, and it turned out to be the end of the Phillies' run that year. And it was one of those years where it was a blast up until the ending. But it all began in spring training. I'll never forget because I chronicled it. The 4 aces commenced. Ruben Amaro, ever since he had always coveted Roy Halladay. He's able to get Lee, but then he can't afford to have Lee and Halladay. Trades Lee away. You remember that was that unceremoniously trade with the Mariners, Tyson Gillies and the Philippe Beaumont, and then he was coveted, man. He was trying to get Lee back, and of course he winds up doing that. And they put together the four aces. He gets Roy Oswalt, and it looked like it was going to be one of the greatest years ever.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun that year, man. 102 wins and just
up until the ending. That was it.
And we'll play some of the clips from the ending because we are reliving 2011. But of course, because it's the four aces, we'll start with some of the great moments from the pitching staff. So let's start with the ace of that staff, even though there was four aces. But of course, Doc, the ace of that staff. Here's him finishing off a complete game against those hated New York Mets.
On the ground at first. Flag down by Howard to Halladay covering. A complete game victory for the two-time Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah.
Guess what? That year he showed how dominant he was, man. He came at you. He was so hard to beat.
Yeah, man, he was ridiculous, and so was Cliff Lee. I made mention of him when you said the Aaron Nola numbers, because that's what he did. Like, Cliff Lee didn't walk anybody.
Yeah.
He walked nobody. It was ridiculous.
Nobody had command like him. He was always around the plate.
That year, I think it was...
In fact, that was the only time he would get hit. He'd be too perfect.
Right, exactly. He led the league in complete games that year with, 11, which now the leaders are 2 or 3.
Wait.
Right, now Alcantara's different.
But he would also have these moments where... He worked so fast.
Yes.
The game was like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
and he's
quick,
just mowing
man.
Guys down.
Yeah, those were fun. So I have some Cliff Lee for you. Here's a shutout he threw against San Francisco.
Swing and a miss. And a caught. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. He got him with a breaking ball.
Swing
and a miss. Called. Strike 3. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cody Ross. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, and Lee fires a 7-hit shutout. It's his 5th shutout of the year.
Wow.
Think about that.
5
in a year.
Shutouts.
You don't get that anymore.
That's unreal.
Corbin Burns won Cy Young last year, and he averaged 5 innings an outing. Which is stupid. 5 shutout in one season. It's ridiculous.
That is sick.
Cody bleeping Ross. I hate Cody Ross.
I know.
Screw you, Cody Ross. Speaking
buddy.
of San Fran, there was I forgot about this one. Dan Fritz, great job out of this. I forgot there was a brawl between the Phillies and the Giants that year.
On June 11th, the Braves and the Twins. And Victorino hit by a pitch, and Shane heads out toward the mound, and the benches are going to clear. Whiteside is tackling Placido Polanco up the first base line. Oh, boy, this is not good right now.
Wow. Polanco.
See, a lot of baseball brawls are, stupid because it's just the hold me back thing.
Yeah.
But when there's a little extra, it's fun to watch. Yeah. I'll be honest, every once in a while you go, damn, they're actually hitting each other. They're not doing just the stupid hold me back thing, which is basically every time the bench is clear. One more Cliff Lee moment here. We played the blanking of the Giants. How about blanking of another rival, the Braves?
And a call, strike 3. The pitch from Lee. And he got it. What a play. Lee on the mound finds Martinez, who dances right across the bag. The 1-2 pitch. Got him. High fastball. 1 away here in the ninth.
On the ladder.
Brian McCann swings at the first pitch. A slow roller to second. Chase Utley's got it. And Cliff Lee has pitched his 11th career shutout, his 6th this season.
That's awesome, man. That's outrageous. How about the crowd?
Well, dude, that's
I love
why
those Citizens Bank Park crowds.
That's why I hate this stupid all 3 games on the road thing. I get it. You're giving the higher seed the advantage and all that kind of stuff. But, man, I want to see it like that again.
Yeah, it was the best.
I want to see it like that again. All right, we got to give a little love to the MVP of the 08 World Series, Cole Hamels, a part of the 4 aces. Here's Hamels doing it all against Washington, including with the bat.
Hamels in the air to right field. Going back is Jason Word to the warning track, to the wall, and he reaches up. He can't get it. It's off the top of the wall, and Hamels will round second and go to third. Hairston bobbled it, and Hamels is in third standing. swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 4.
Get jammed or hit it foul or make it out with a pop-up.
Wheels.
1-2 pitch. Got him. The 1-1. Grounder back toward the middle, off the mound. Valdez has it, throws to first, and the Phillies and Cole Hamels have picked up a first-game victory over the Washington Nationals. It's a complete game effort by Cole as the Phillies win it 4-1.
Wow, man, that's awesome,
dude. Cole Hamels was really good too, man. Except for that 09 year, where he admitted he didn't work that hard.
Yeah,
he was great, man.
He was.
That changeup was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I missed one. I was meaning to play this one first. From the very first day, opening day, they started 1-0, and it was a comeback against the Houston Astros. So fitting that they clinched against the Astros yesterday. Yeah. Here's Game 1 of the 2011 season.
Carlos, a line drive into left field, a base hit. Samuel will hold Howard, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Valdez at the plate. Valdez a liner to left field, a base hit. The game is tied, and Francisco's held at third. It's a 4-4 game. 7th, we're tied at 4. To center field. Bourne turned around. The ball game is over. A base hit by John Mayberry scores Ben Francisco. 3 runs.
That's a bust out.
And the Phillies win it.
That's a bust out.
You know how you have very random, vivid memories?
Yeah.
I know. I honestly didn't remember until that moment. I know exactly what I was doing that day.
Oh, yeah?
I was painting the shutters. I must have gotten in trouble or something. And so my punishment was not to watch the game, so I had to listen to it on the radio.
Oh, really?
Which is fine.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And I remember the John Mayberry Jr.
Really?
Game-winning base hit.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I was at the game. I remember we were doing the show there.
Oh, so you were there opening day? That's great. Yeah. All right, so we'll play one more regular season before we get to the sad times. Here's Raul Ibanez, which you'll hear from
Raul
in a little bit.
My man was all Raul.
But this one actually did leave the ballpark. A walk-off home run against the Braves.
In the air to right field. That one's deep, and this ball game is over. Raul Ibanez smokes a 2-0
He was close.
to the seats in right field, and the Phillies in the bottom of the 10th inning take Game 1 of this crucial 3-game series by a final score of 3-2.
Dude. That was awesome, dude. Raul.
I love the Ibanez because I like the Mariners.
Fan,
so first they bring over Moyer, and then they bring over Ibanez. I'm like, oh man, this is Seattle East, man. They got some of the guys that I liked over here. All right, so now we'll jump into the playoffs, and unfortunately,
you're going to give me the whole 5 games.
I have some moments from the 5 games, but I don't have
You got the win, the first one, the Game 1 win.
Yeah, well, they won. Yeah. No, I'm starting off unfortunately in St. Louis with the rally squirrel.
Oh, man.
Wow. I read that one. Well, unless the squirrel called timeout as he ran past there, that was a live ball, a live pitch.
Our squirrel out here, again, he runs right in front of the plate. Just as the pitch misses. He scampers into the crowd now. Watch out, folks.
He's in the high price seats right now. Smart squirrel.
He wants a little room service. That squirrel went almost
Look that squirrel.
The Cardinal batter.
And that pitch was right down the middle, knee high, and Oswalt wanted a strike out of it. It's ball 2.
It was.
This is what I think about that squirrel.
Charlie said he'd shoot it because we do the squirrels in Virginia.
Oh yeah,
skin it, need it.
That would have been nice.
That's what Charlie said.
So unfortunately, this
we have the antidote to the squirrel this yeyear. I just saw him.
Hungry dogs.
Pat Egan.
Pat would take down a squirrel.
He would.
I could see him win that fight.
Yes.
All right, so
pass. That's why.
Game 5, top of the first
Are
inning.
you going right to game? You didn't give me the Cliff Lee. meltdown.
No.
Yeah, he blew the game. He blew the series.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Blew the series. I mean, come on, dude. You got to finish him off, Tunis.
That would have been nice.
He blew the series.
He did. He had the lead and everything. Rafael Fergal led off with a triple, and then how about that Schumacher? Knocked him in.
The 10th pitch of the at-bat, and a line drive down the right field line, and it is a fair ball into the corner. Fergal will score, and Schumacher will go into second with a double. So a pair of extra base hits, and the Cardinals have taken a 1-0 lead.
That was that friggin' Dick Stockton. Dusted him off the crypt.
Yeah. All right, we'll go with one more. I guess you could call it joyous because it's just hearing the names one more time. Here was the Phillies starting lineup from that game.
Now the Phillies coming up against Chris Carpenter, and today's batting order brought to you by Autotrader.com for the Phillies. Jimmy Rollins red hot. Leading off, Chase Utley has been great. Batting second, Hunter Pence hitting third.
Hunter
and
Pence.
Ryan Howard batting cleanup. Shane Victorino in the fifth slot. Raul Ibanez batting sixth. In the seventh position, Placido Polanco. Carlos Ruiz hitting eighth, and Roy Halladay batting ninth against Chris Carpenter going on normal rest tonight after lasting 3 innings in Game 2.
That was a big story. If you remember, the Carpenter thing was a big story, dude. He pitched on 3 days rest, got rocked.
Yeah.
And they were going to bring him back on 3 days. They said, no, we'll give him full days. And that's how they escaped. Then he comes back full rest.
Yeah, he was
and they couldn't touch him,
man. Think about what St. Louis had. They had Carpenter as an ace, and then they moved on to Wainwright, who's still pitching.
Yeah.
They had a lot of years with those two guys.
Yeah, man.
All right, one more, and it's the I don't want to play the final out because that's just too depressing, but I will play the fly out in the fourth.
Oh, the Ibanez.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one, dude. It was out.
2 men on, and Ibanez a full count.
And a 3-2 count to Ibanez with runners at first and third, and Placido Polanco waiting to hit.
Well, now Pujols is going to back off the bag, try to give him a little more advantage to fielding a ball. The runner's going to get a running start.
This is the first 3-ball count for Chris Carpenter. Runner off at first, and a fly ball hit to right field. Lance Berkman on the warning track, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Close for Raul Ibanez as the Phillies lead 2. We go to the fifth inning with the Cardinals still up 1-0.
That was it. That was the game, dude. And Stockton doesn't do it justice. I mean, it was a high fly ball too.
Like as Harry would say, it was a towering drive to deep right.
And the wind knocked it down. That was the wind. That weird early October. Usually it was more temperate. But it was a colder wind, and it knocked it down. Wow. The Vault's the best.
It is the best. And hopefully we can play, in 10 years, the Vault moments from this playoff run.
Yeah, remember the year the Phillies exorcised the demon of the one bloody nil squirrel?
Yeah, that'd be nice. That stupid squirrel.
I know.
Rally squirrel. Get the hell out of here.
I know, it's bogus. Bogus. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. That's how you join us. We'll get back to the phones. And the Skip is going to join us. We'll talk to Charlie Manuel. Get you excited for Phillies playoffs. They're back. It's engagement season as well. It's playoff season and football season and soon to be basketball and hockey season. It's also engagement season at Golden Nugget Jewelers. Listen, perfect time. People love to do maybe Halloween proposal or Thanksgiving with the family. Everybody's home. Christmas, New Year's. I mean, you name it. That's why it's engagement season. And if you have met that perfect someone and you're looking to pop the question, now's the time to go see my man, Yaron, over at Golden Nugget Jewelers. He's the greatest. He really is. He's going to take great care of you. He's got the largest selection of certified diamonds. He's got the great, all the great designers to Corey Viraggio for the setting. He's going to put together a beautiful ring And it's up to you to pop the question, how you want to do it, where you want to do it. It'll be great. And she's going to love it. You absolutely love it. Visit Golden Nugget Jewelers. We're on the corner of 8th and Chestnut in the heart of Jewelers Row. You can check them out online at goldennuggetjewelry.com. Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Bills back in the playoffs. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham. Place to take out order in your 12-pack of Miller Lite cans is only $9.75. Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham is your Miller Lite headquarters. The Phillies beat the Astros yesterday 3-0 to clinch a playoff spot for the first time since 2011. This Friday will be game one, whoever they face, whether it's the Cardinals or the Mets or the Braves. But whoever they play, it'll be the first time they play in the playoffs since the last game they were played in 11 years later, October 7, 2011. Of course, that was 1-0 against the Cardinals, so the Phillies are finally back in it. That 11-year playoff drought is over. Charlie Manuel, the skip of that team, will be joining it next at 11:30. This update is also brought to you by Empire State Building. Find out why the reimagined Empire State Building Observatory was voted America's #1 attraction by travelers on TripAdvisor. Get your tickets at EmpireStateBuilding.com/radio. Open daily. Reservations required. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Your next chance to win $1,000 is coming up in just a few minutes. It's 97.5 The Fanatic's Bleeding Green.
Presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app. Everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And it's only on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Is sports betting about to become way more fun? You bet. Because the BetParks app has a brand new sports book. Live bets and parlays? You bet. Instant deposits and incredible app experience? You bet. Plus, your first bet is risk-free up to $750. So, are you already a winner just for signing up on the BetParks Sportsbook app? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
SEPTA and the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app have something special for fans all season long. Free rides home from every Birds home game. Fans ride home free from every home game on SEPTA's Broad Street line from NRG Station, courtesy of the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. Free rides begin at halftime of every home game. Join the fun on the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app by downloading now at betparks.com. Free rides and all about the fans from SEPTA and BetParks. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know, as a two-time cancer survivor, when it comes to funding cancer research, I'm a big supporter, and I believe in it. John Kincaid telling you about my friends at the American Association for Cancer Research, which is also the official charity of the John Kincaid Show. They're based right here in Philadelphia, but more importantly, they are supporting the work worldwide in the battle against cancer. There are almost 17 million Americans just like me that have survived cancer. Why? Because of the great researchers, the doctors, the ones who find the differences, the ones who find the newest breakthroughs. You want to help fund their work? Of course you do, because it's going to hit home in your family at some point. Maybe it's in your office. Maybe it's your friend group. Make a donation today to the AACR. Go to aacr.org/fanatic. Cancer researchers need your support now. The breakthroughs, they're coming fast and furious. Be a part of the cause. Go to aacr.org/fanatic, because I'm living proof. Cancer research saves lives.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with the new voice of Spring Garden Lending, President Andy Racklin, a national player in economic development and finance. Andy!
Happy to be back, Anthony.
All right, last time we talked, you said your game plan to expand Spring Garden Lending's product lineup and open new markets, so?
We're batting 1,000, man. We opened a Pittsburgh office. We've got exciting projects going there. It's great.
Oh, that's awesome. The new product?
So Spring Garden Lending is now offering lines of credit.
Highlights?
What these revolving lines of credit do is let our borrowers move fast. It puts them on an equal playing field with cash buyers.
Oh, that's incredible. Not only is Spring Garden Lending providing bridge loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip, 30-year fixed-rate permanent financing, and now lines of credit.
That's right. Our goal is supporting developers who are challenged finding funding through traditional sources so they can provide housing people can afford. That's it.
Andy, you're impressive. That's right. Listen up, developers, investors. Touch base with Spring Garden Lending right now. The new era of Thursday night football is here, and it's only on Prime Video.
This Thursday, two offensive stars go head-to-head as Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts travel to Denver to take on Russell Wilson and the new-look Broncos. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Colts and the Broncos, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/watchtnf for details.
Are you a window and door installer looking for work or a change? Subcontractors wanted for window and door installations. Come work for a locally owned company in business for over 30 years. Make your own hours, have use of a dumpster for your trash, and get paid weekly. Install windows and doors for one of the area's most respected companies, Thermal Quality Windows. Hiring now. Call 610-325-0788 or visit thermalqualitywindows.com. thermalqualitywindows.com.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Cleaning and repairing a building's wastewater pump system is a job, but someone has to do it. And in Philadelphia, that someone is Pumpman Philly. In fact, Pumpman Philly is #1 in everything related to your building's wastewater system, including #2s, troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and system replacement. Trust Pumpman Philly to keep the go in your building's flow. 24/7, 365. Call 833-559-PUMP. That's 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Virtua Health is here. Here for you in all the moments that matter. Because they all matter. Here to be your trusted healthcare partner. From the simple to the serious, we ensure you can feel your best and live your life to the fullest. Find a Virtua physician at virtua.org. Virtua Health. Here for good.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
Hey guys, Andrew, football season is well underway, and it's the perfect time to download FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic. You can, of course, look at any game this weekend. You can go money line. You can go point spread. You can go SGP. Or if you want to go with a futures bet, why not look at some of the stuff that the Birds have, right? You can bet them to win, and I think it's a surefire thing. The NFC East, maybe you go a little bit bigger. Maybe they win the NFC. Maybe they win a big game. All kinds of stuff that you can mess around with future bets, all on this app that is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic for your no-sweat first bet. That's promo code Fanatic. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. You got to be 21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable. Free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
$11:30.
Yo, man, we love you.
We're having some fun today. It is a Phillies playoff clinch party. Red October is back. Oh, it's a lot of fun talking about it and kind of reliving the playoffs. 11 years. Pretty astounding that it's been 11 years since the Phillies made the playoffs. They're back, and this is it's a great time. And I love it. Sharing, I was telling you earlier that he just loves the Phillies, and they mean so much to him. Like, I know he was rooting hard for them to get in here and break the schneid, and it's been pretty cool, man. Let's get my man, the Skip, up here. Charlie Manuel. Skip!
What's up, Anthony? What's happening, man?
It's great to be back in the playoffs, buddy. I know you've been rooting hard all year long for this squad.
Yeah, I want to tell you something. I can't tell you how hard I was pulling for them. I called all the coaches. I called the manager. I sent Dabowski a message and things like that. I mean, I was really excited. I ate dinner last night with Larry Bowe and his wife.
Oh, did you? That's awesome.
Yeah. And we were talking about it, and Nola goes out there, and he just shows you why that we definitely got a good chance of winning. When we got Wheeler and Nola back to back, especially in a 2 out of 3, I feel very comfortable with that.
I'm with you, and let's talk about the one thing, and you've been through these playoff wars and these October baseball, and you know better than anybody that baseball is such a funny game. That the playoffs, they're impossible to predict. I mean, I've seen the Dodgers go down. I've seen the Braves go down. Like great teams that lose in the first round.
Right, exactly. When I saw the Twins win the World Series, they won 87 games that one year. I want to say it was 87 in 1987, and they won 87 games. They won the World Series. They beat the Cardinals back then. Yeah, I would tell you something. What we talk about all the time, and a lot of people don't never talk about it, there's a lot of luck in the game, and things go your way or against you sometimes, and nobody can predict who's going to win the game, really. Although the better team, definitely in baseball, sometimes does not win the game. A lot of times, really. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, and it's funny because we were just talking about 2011, and, of course, that was the last time Phils make the postseason. That was our best team of the whole run.
Right.
2011 was really the best team. I mean, you go in with that pitching that was ridiculous, Skip.
Right. If you remember that year, we beat Carpenter in the first game of a 4-game series down toward the end.
Blew him up.
We clinched, yes. And Howard had a big night against him. And
yes.
I want to say knocked in 6 or 7 runs, a couple of homers. But then the next time that we played them in the playoff, completely different kind of game. And here's Carpenter out there throwing us curveballs and change-up, spotting his fastball, and we could not make adjustments on it. Plus, the balls we hit good right on the nose. It went right to him, and that night the wind was carrying in. We hit some fly balls that might have had chances.
Yeah, I brought up the Ibanez. That ball, the Ibanez ball, that's out. Any other night at that ballpark, that ball's gone.
Exactly. So, therefore, when you talk about the game definitely is a lot of luck. I mean, people never talk about when I got a whole old saying, and you say it all the time with me, watch the game. Well, watch the game, and that tells you everything. But people never realize and play back in their mind actually all the things and mistakes and lucky breaks you get during a game. And sometimes, being a good team, harder you hit the ball, the more, on offense, the more you can help make your luck, really.
That's right.
So, that's just, and we are a good example at it. We get some good starting pitching, like I think that Nola and Wheeler can definitely give us in the short series and things like that. We got a chance because there's going to be days that we really hit the ball good, and there might be some days when the other team kind of holds us. But, we got to take advantage of everything and just play as hard and loose and hard as we possibly can and as good as we can.
What's funny, too, Skip, is that it could be the rematch with the Cardinals. And, I look at their pitching, and I go, I mean, Flaherty I thought was going to be better because he's got big stuff, but he's kind of struggled. I'm not the biggest Montgomery fan. Wainwright's leaking oil. I mean, I like Wheeler and Nola are huge favorites compared to those three pitchers.
I agree. I definitely and I want to tell you something. I do not rule out Suarez. I mean, because Junior's very capable of giving you a solid 6 or 7 innings.
So, what do you think? We talk about having a taste of playoffs, and a lot of times you look at. I always go back to 2007, and even though it was the Rockies and it ended quick, the fact that you went through that playoff, that pennant race, made the playoffs, I felt that set you up for 08, Skip.
Right. You know what? I tell you something. You've heard me say it every time I talk about it. 07, when Colorado swept us, and when in our locker room, that was the deadest in my whole baseball career I ever seen in the locker room. And our guys were so depressed because they felt like that, like things, like that we could play a lot better and things like that. And when we went to spring training in 08, and I got up to talk, you could feel it in the room. I didn't have to say a whole lot. They were ready to go and they were ready to play, and they stayed ready the whole season. I mean that. And from that point on, our team was a very close-knit team, really. I mean, it was very, like they protected one another and they took up for one another, and they made sure that we played the game right. And our fans in Philadelphia, definitely we won them over, and we were their team. If you when people talk to me today and about that era and things like that, they always talk about their team, really.
That's the truth. We're talking to the great Charlie Manuel on the Comcast Business Hotline. You know what's funny? You had that speech that you would give every spring training. I remember I was over your house. You showed me the speech. Here's the speech. And you didn't even have to go give the speech that year.
Right. I did not. I'm telling you, after about 2 minutes or 3 minutes of saying things, I didn't have to talk no more. I could feel it, and also you could feel it in the room, really. I mean, our guys were up and ready to play, and they wanted to go practice, and also they wanted to play the game right. And I'm sure the fields feel the same way. Also, too, today when they go out to play, they'll probably feel like it's a load off their mind and things like that. And I remember when watching Bruce Bochy's teams play when if I'm not mistaken, they won 2 pennants and they were wild card teams. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I remember they looked like they just come out and they had and they just went out there to play and have fun and
they beat us the one year, 10.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, and definitely, they did not play scared or tight or nothing like that, and great things happened for them. Man, it seemed like they didn't ever break in a game. That one year, Detroit lost four in a row or something, and they had a big season, and nothing went right for them. If you remember, they were off for about a week.
Yeah, and they couldn't hit.
Exactly. I mean, they just didn't hit the whole series. So that's the beauty of baseball, and we can sit and try to figure it out and everything like that. And if you find some way to figure it out, come and talk to me because I want to hear it.
Yeah, it's the truth because you can't. I mean, I remember. Do you remember the whole story about the Braves? It's funny because people are talking about how do you play the rest of the 2 games, knowing that you can maybe play the Cardinals versus the Mets. And I remember that night against Atlanta, and you played it down the middle, right? You actually the Braves had every chance to win the game. They just couldn't get a hit. But you played it like you were true to the game.
Right. When we were playing that night, I cannot. If you that game there definitely rings in my mind because I started substituting in about the 3rd inning of the game, and just gradually taking guys out of the game after they hit stuff. And I left Pence in the game, and he ends up getting a broken bat hit hit about a foot inside the bag there, and Harley made it out of the infield, and it won the game. But Atlanta could not score, and they could not, and also they could. It looked like they didn't want to win.
No,
I'm not saying they didn't want to win, but it looked like they didn't want to win because they, we were playing everybody, and I let my pitcher in there longer than he usually stays in, like the guy I bought in from the pen. And you cannot describe what's going to happen in the game, and it's not over till what Yogi Berra said. It's not over till it's over.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Anthony, what about in the 208 World Series? That pause that was in there, it might have been 20 seconds or 30 seconds, but it seemed like 5 minutes.
It did.
and then all of a sudden we realized that we won the game, and the crowd let us know and things like that. Even the crowd was quiet there for so many seconds, really.
It really was. It was almost like we were all in shock, and then all of a sudden, Chooch comes running out. Right. You came running out. Everybody come run out of the dugout. Oh, my God. It was awesome.
Right. I guarantee you today, those guys that going to the playoffs, I guarantee you they fired up about it. I mean, I'm telling you right now. I mean, some of them will definitely in the next couple of days, they'll have to calm down a little bit because I guarantee you they're fired up right now.
Yeah, listen, I think it's a good thing. Like, it's funny. Every once in a while, everybody's got opinions. Well, to that, they added the wild card, this other wild card berth. And it's like, so what, man? If you're playing and it's a playoff, and it is a playoff, and there's other teams that are home, that's a big deal. It's an accomplishment.
Right. Exactly. That is a big deal. That's a big. Hey, I want to tell you something. The way the Phillies have a rough. They were having a rough time last week, but at the same time, all of a sudden, stop and look at it this way: when they actually got down to the nut and bolt situation, they tightened it up and actually got it done. And the way they got it done was pretty exciting, like last night. Really.
Well, and you're right. And the other thing too was bless the Nationals too, because you come off that Chicago thing, which was a disaster, and you go to Washington and you just get right. Like you know how it is, Skip. Like all of a sudden you feel good about yourself. They're hitting the ball. They're putting up crooked numbers, and that just gets you well right away. And that helps. Last night, Schwarber with the big leadoff home run gets it started.
Right. He actually, I want to tell you something. Actually, the crowd never even got in the game. At his home run and the way Nola pitched, they did the momentum of the game. Nola kept things. He took the game up and down the way his control and command was. He pitched high. When he wanted to pitch high, he pitched high. When he wanted to pitch low, he pitched low. He controlled both sides of the plate, and the way the time it took and everything like that. And he had a very good rhythm going, and he commanded the game. Like the whole time he was in there.
Skip, he finished the year 235 strikeouts and only 29 walks. He's the first pitcher since 1884 to have over 225 strikeouts and less than 30 walks. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Someone asked me a few weeks ago about how did I feel about Nola pitching, and in the interview I told him, I said Nola can pitch for me anytime he's available. I mean he's a top of the rotation pitcher for me, and I don't mind giving him the ball whenever his turn comes. I got a lot of confidence in him.
What's different about him this year?
I think when last night he was very focused on what he was doing. And he keeps an even keel, but he's got more fight in him than you realize. And then and he works on making good pitches. I mean, he strives on making good pitches. If you listen to him talk after a game and he has a rough inning or outing or something, he'll always talking about where he missed or hung a pitch and things like this. And believe me, he really concentrates on making the real good pitches. He uses the plate up and down, in and out, and he does it real good. And his stuff is very good too. His fastball is good, and so is his off-speed stuff. Very good.
Yeah, and to your point, you brought this up earlier, but to talk about Wheeler, when you add him as the front end of a 1-2 punch, I mean, Wheeler's a stud. Sometimes we take that for granted.
Right, yeah. Wheeler to me, his biggest thing about him is he can throw his fastball on both sides of the plate and low when he wants to. And I mean, almost perfect, like knee high, like on the black of the plate. And then when he wants to, he can take the ball up and in on you. And there again, his talent is with his he's got out pitches. He just got a tremendous fastball, and his slider and everything like that's good. He throws the changeup, but he keeps the changeups down a lot in the strike zone. So that's what makes him good. He's very talented.
The great Charlie Manuel with us on the Comcast Business Hotline, sizing up. So let me ask you, you know, you've been around the game forever, and there's always these guys, right, that are just somehow snake bitten. And Gene Segura, for the first time, is making the playoffs.
Right.
What do you think that's like for a guy like Segura?
I think it's going to be a real good experience for him because who he is, and and how he, he's kind of. I call Gene Segura in the game. He's always feisty. He's always jumping around. He's always trying to find something to get into, whether it's right or wrong or bad or good. Really, Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It's perfect, actually.
He's a good contact hitter, line drive hitter, and I want to tell you something. We don't. If you think about it, he can definitely get winning hits for you, and actually he's in the clutch. He's a pretty good guy to have up there, really.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure you've known these guys that have had a whole career and just for some reason were snake bitten when it came to the postseason.
Yeah, exactly. I'm one of the biggest, some of the biggest stars in the game, like Ernie Banks and guys like that. They just had trouble getting to a World Series and winning it. Things like that. Really, yeah. I mean, you can be just because I would say right now Mike Trout kind of fits in that.
Yeah.
He's one of the best players in the game for sure, and it's hard for him to get into the playoff. To get a chance to go to the World Series.
What's it like? Getting to the yard. The first, the beginning of playoff series, and it's October, and the ballpark is dressed up, and the weather, there's a chill in the air, and the game is so awesome in the playoffs because you now bear down. It's pitch by pitch. Every pitch matters.
Right. What's it like going? I'll tell you what it's like really when I think about it. We were just talking about 2017. I think if we got to the ballpark too early in that series, we'd been there at daybreak almost, and things like that. And we were so hyped up about playing that when and we had all this time to set and kill, and and actually, I'm just saying that might not have been good for us at that time because we'd never been there, and our guys never knew what it was like and things like that. And I think they were up so high. That once they got in the game, they were trying to do it all with one swing,
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, they just start trying too hard. You can try to calm them down all you want to. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But at the same time, it's hard to explain. But I can tell you this: when you win, I think that I'm a good example of what people show me. They want to talk to me, and and they just want to ask me questions and talk to me and things like that. And it definitely has a change. You'll have a change in your life, and people will see you as a winner. To me, that's one of the biggest things that happens, really. And it can open a lot of doors, especially for players who are good big league name players. It'll open more attraction for them, doing like baseball analysis or something like that, or job wise, like Jimmy told me, for instance, he got Brooks Robinson's job once the baseball alumni president of Major League Baseball, and that's a big job, and that's what I'm talking about. It opens up doors for you. It open up doors for the guy that is the extra player and things, Anthony. I mean, really.
It's funny? I think about that all the time with you because, in fact, before you came on, I was talking about you, and I go, listen, you were with a lot of different organizations, the Dodgers, the Twins, the Indians, that had a profound impact on your career.
Yeah.
But the Phillies, long after you're done playing, the Phillies become the home for, the latter part of your life. The Phillies have been your organization.
Yeah, I think definitely. It's not like I think. I wanted to stay in the Philadelphia Phillies organization because the success that we had, not only myself but the players and the organization and things like that, and all the people that I got to meet, and I wanted to definitely stay in and watch Major League Baseball and minor league baseball and things like that. And I think I could not be at a better place than in Philadelphia because, like how people know me, and when I go out, things like that, I always have a good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, one last thing, because we were talking about 2011, and I brought the squirrel came up. Remember that stupid squirrel?
Hey, you know what? That squirrel kind of puts me in mind of you running all over the place. That squirrel went by. Hey, not only did the squirrel go by the hitter, but he turned around and come back and went crawled through his legs, if you remember. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me.
You know the best is
I want to tell you something. I think LaRusso turned that squirrel loose or something. I do.
I know. You know what the best was? After the game, you go, somebody asks you about the squirrel, and you go, you know what we do in Virginia? We shoot that squirrel, eat that squirrel.
That's exactly right. The squirrel won the game for the Cardinals.
I know.
That just goes to show you luck of the game.
Oh, man, you're the greatest. We love you. I'll be bugging you through the playoffs, buddy.
I got you.
Thanks, brother.
Pull hard for us.
Without a doubt.
Fans, just go. Let's go Philly.
We're all pumped up, man. You're the greatest, brother.
I hear you.
Love you, buddy.
Man.
See you,
Good
pal.
talking. Love you guys, too, yes.
See you. The great Charlie Manuel on the Comcast Business Hotline. Always fun chopping it up with Charlie. How about that squirrel, Tunis? Is that great or what?
Screw that squirrel.
He's right. LaRusso did put that out there.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we'll come back and reopen the phone lines up. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's playoff baseball. It's Red October is back. We got a 4-0 football team. And Ben Simmons bricked a mid-range turnaround last night. Life's pretty good in Philadelphia. Let's discuss. Cuz Radio with the Tunis right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let's talk about the Bet Parks app. The Bet Parks app is fabulous. We tell you about it all the time, like last night football game. We told you last night the Niners, Tunis. Remember we had our guy who
cashed out.
Who had he said he had a big parlay going with the Rams. And I said, listen, I think I like the Niners tonight. Why don't you hedge? And I think he wound up hedging. So that's good. So you can do that stuff with the Bet Parks app. It's right there on your phone, man. Anything you want. You got it right on your phone. Check it out. Download it, betparks.com or the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play Store. And then it's right there for all the games. You know, you got the playoff baseball coming. You can hit those. You got all the football all day long. So check out the Bet Parks app. It is the best. Download it right to your phone. Use the code FANATIC, and that'll get you a risk-free bet up to $750. You got to be in PA or New Jersey. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The drought is over. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Spring Garden Lending, real estate developer. Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance invested properties. Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. The Phillies snapped their playoff drought last night with a win in Houston, beating the Astros 3-0. Kyle Schwarber started off with a first pitch leadoff home run. He had another one later on the game, as did Bryson Stott. They went back-to-back. Aaron Nola dazzled yesterday. Zach Eflin was on the mound for the final out. And so now the playoff drought of 11 years is finally over. The Phillies are looking forward to their first-round matchup. Could be with the St. Louis Cardinals. That's what it would be right now if the season were to end today. This update is also brought to you by the Jamaica Tourist Board. Come back. It's time to come back to being lively again, back to laid back to the vibe that comes alive in Jamaica. Call your travel agent or go to visitjamaica.com. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's John Kincaid from my friends at Window Nation, and you know forecasters are presenting a colder, snowier winter than we've had in the last couple years. That's why Window Nation wants you to put your wallet away until 2025. What are you talking about, John? We got to pay for the windows. Yeah, you do, but you don't pay for them until 2025. It's a great deal. You're going to buy 2 windows, you're going to get 2 free, and you're going to pay nothing until 2025. I'm talking no money down, no payments, no interest. nearest, Window Nation's got you covered. But, John, they probably don't have my size of a window. Yes, they do. They have every size, every style, every color that you could ever imagine. You go to windownation.com and you do window shopping online, and you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. Did you know their average installer has over 16 years experience? Do you know they got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau? All you know is that if you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and they're going to charge you nothing until 2025. What a great deal. Buy 2, get 2 free, but you got to do it now. Go to windownation.com and do your window shopping, then call them. 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo for CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. It feels like a different season every day, and sometimes from hour to hour. As a result, heating and AC units switch from air conditioning to heat with little to no break. While you might be ready for the cold, is your heater? Well, one call to CNC Heating and Air Conditioning will ensure that your heater's ready to face the bitter winter temps. It's no secret that electric bills have skyrocketed, so make sure your system is tuned up or replaced before it's too late and your system becomes completely inefficient. If you're in Bucks or Montgomery County, the local experts in home heating, CNC Heating and Air Conditioning, are ready to help. They're family-owned, trusted, and proven for 50 years. You'll see why homeowners trust CNC Heating and Air Conditioning for their family's comfort. Visit cc-hvac.com to schedule your system service analysis today. That's cc-hvac.com. Our family is here to keep your family comfortable all year long. cc-hvac.com.
Hey, to become the next generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and creators, we're going to need some things.
Like a high-speed internet connection that can turn my ideas into reality.
Like the skills to become the world's most powerful coder.
Like the tools to start my sustainable shoe business.
You just heard some of the millions of students Comcast is supporting through Project Up, our comprehensive initiative and $1 billion commitment to open doors for the next generation so they can build a future of unlimited possibilities. Learn more at comcast.com/projectup.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
Hi, I'm Adam Flager. At Flager & Associates, we've specialized in personal injury cases for more than 30 years. Experience matters, and we have it. In fact, other lawyers refer their injury cases to us. Insurance companies respect us and know we're committed to getting top dollar for every client, no matter what it takes. Our clients can put their energy into getting well again while we handle the rest. Have you been injured? Call for a free case evaluation. 215-953-5200 or visit FlagerLaw.com. That's FLAGERLAW.com.
Fanatic listeners, Chip wants you to have the finest pizza, cheesesteaks, wings, and hoagies in the universe at Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham. Just order delicious food from Tonelli's and your beer is 97 cents. That's right, all Miller Lite drafts are 97 cents with any food order for all Fanatic listeners. And when you place a takeout order, grab a 12-pack of Miller Lite cans for only, you guessed it, $9.75. Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham is your Miller Lite headquarters. So come get the finest food in the universe and the best price Miller Lite around.
Can I get the sales projections for the Springfield, Bristol, and Fairview stores?
Val's Froyo Palace is dishing out 3 more locations.
Jody, have you lined up interviews?
They need 3 new store managers before they have a meltdown.
And remember, they need at least 5 years experience.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business. Hey, it's John Kincaid, and as a two-time cancer survivor, I know that when it comes to funding cancer research, every single dollar counts. And the American Association for Cancer Research is the official charity of our show. It hits close to home, mainly because of the fact that they're based right here in Philadelphia, but their work goes worldwide. They support more than 50,000 researchers that are working, creating the progress and the newest breakthroughs that are going to determine success in the battle against cancer. You want to help get that next breakthrough, maybe for a member of your family or a friend. A donation to the American Association for Cancer Research always hits home. They do a great job of using your money judiciously and finding the next scientific discoveries that give people extended life and more joy. That's what we all want. Go to aacr.org/fanatic. That's aacr.org/fanatic so you can make your donation today. Support their fine work because you know what? Cancer research saves lives.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Win $1,000 right now. 97.5 The Fanatic is bleeding green.
All right, yes, bleeding green. That's what we're doing here. Your chance to win a grand. Text the word sweet. Yes, Phillies in the playoffs. Sweet. SWEET. Text sweet to 45911. You can enter it on the Fanatic app or at 97.5thefanatic.com. That's the word sweet. One winner selected at random is going to win a grand in this company-wide contest. Winners are going to get a call from Beasley. So be sure to answer your phone. Complete rules at 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic's Bleeding Green is presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook Casino app. Everything you want in digital casino and sportsbook. Please never text and drive. Good luck. All right, it's 12 o'clock across the Delaware Valley. So listen, I got some fun stuff on. This is amazing. We got a big-time watch party for Sunday. I think it's going to be the Double Bird, hopefully, watch party, where we could do Phillies and definitely Eagles. Because it's going to be Eagles-Cardinals on Sunday, and we got a watch party coming on. That's right, the 23rd Street Armory. It's going to be a big-time party presented by our friends at Philly Sports Trips and Brauhaus Schmitz. Fantastic. We're going to have, birds and great food and German beer. You really can't miss it. Doors open 3 o'clock. Get there early to grab the best seats to view the game on their massive projection screen. There are going to be three big screens going on. Visit phillysportstrips.com for the tickets and all the details. Here you go. You get a ticket, a beer, and access to the buffet for just $25. All right? You can't beat it. $25. You gotta get your tickets at phillysportstrips.com. We're going to give away 2 right now, all right? And throughout the course of the show, we're going to give away more, but we're going to give away 2 right now. Be callers to the contest line. Let's go 4 and 8.
Oh, that's what I did the other day.
Oh, really?
How about that? 4 and 8.
All right. So 215-263-0975. 215-263-0975.
That's a great deal. Like, even if you don't win, that's a great deal. $25?
Dude, you get a beer and access to the buffet for $25.
That's awesome.
And you're going to watch it, and it's going to be a blast. These big screens, the 23rd Street Armory, they got it's going to be great beers, party. It's a fun time, man.
Yeah, I would like all of our listeners to win, but if you don't win, that's a good deal for $25.
Yeah, man.
By the way, so I did some research here, and by research I mean I went to google.com and I typed in MLB playoff schedule.
Oh, yeah?
So right now, I mean, this doesn't mean anything, right? It all says TBD. But for Friday, October 7th.
Where they have the slots?
They have the slots.
So is it 1 or 12?
It doesn't say the times. It all says TBD. But the slots are Game 1 is NL Wildcard 2 versus the division winner. So that would be the
Phillies.
No, sorry, my mistake. That would be the Mets and the. Why am I blanking? The Mets and the Padres. Right now, they have the Cardinals slotted in as the fourth game of that day. So it's wild card v. Jays, wild card v. Guardians.
Dude, they're not showing Mets Padres early.
That's what I would think.
TV's going to dictate it.
But right now, they have them as the fourth game slotted for Friday, October 7th.
As the fourth game, and listen, I don't know. I know you're dying, and you're like, I want Friday night. I want Friday night. I want Friday night.
A little Friday night special?
I know, but brace yourself. My guess it's going to be in a day.
That would stink.
My guess is it's going to be in a day.
Tyrone says 4. I'd take 4. As long as it's not like 12 or 1. That's all I care about.
He's just worried about us being on the air.
Well, I want to be home. I want to nestle in.
Yeah.
I'm driving from Malvern, you know? Yeah, you will be on the air.
Yeah.
Still listen to the best show ever.
Yes.
Watch the game and listen to the best show
ever. Yeah, but you know what, Ty? What you do is it becomes like the Manning cast. Like, watch the game with you and Ricky Bowe and Broge and Jenner, you know what I mean? But it becomes like the Manning cast where, you know, you're party. What's his response, no?
Well, Ricky wouldn't be around because Ricky would be doing the coverage.
Yeah, but he won't be on the show? No,
he does the pre and post.
Oh, okay, but I thought, you know, while the game's going. Okay, all right. Yeah, but I watch the game with Tyrone. Like, I'd like to watch the game with Tyrone.
I'll do that.
You know?
That's what we should do.
He's fun to watch the game with. So, I don't know. I mean, all I know is, like, I'm hoping Sunday there's a double-double on Sunday. We watch Phillies and we watch Eagles.
I mean, that would be awesome. I'm also hoping for sweet. Maybe the Phils win game 1 and 2.
I mean,
they don't have to worry about Sunday.
Listen, it's possible.
It is. Wheeler Nola, come on,
man. It really
man.
is possible, dude. It's possible. In a big way, it's possible. I'm telling you. Wheeler Nola against those with that pitching?
And then all it takes, I mean, look at last night. All it took was 3 runs. All it took was 1.
Right.
Because they shut out the Stros, but if you put up a 3 spot with this lineup, you should be able to do that every night. I mean, that's what we've been saying from the very beginning. They should put up 3-4 runs a night.
You know, it's so weird how hitting comes in October. It comes and goes. It's insane. Unless you're the Stros and you're banging.
Yeah, they're nasty.
And you're banging the garbage cans from the outfield. Let's go to Brian. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Bri.
Breaking in. Yeah.
Bri.
I'm like sitting on the back tee.
Yeah, he's sitting on the back tee. Bri, call back. Sheila. Here's a great thing. Sheila.
And I don't even know where to start. I'm so hyped and emotional about what's going on in Philly right now. And I'm a crier. I am. I don't know where this came from, but I don't know. When things are going like this, I feel like what the players feel or what the person feels. And last night, I'm watching the celebration, right? I was trying to watch the Sixers. I was trying to watch the Phils, and I was like, you know what? Nope. Focus on the Phils. And then I watched the celebration, and you see Hoskins crying. And then you see Gene Segura trying not to cry. And then you see them interviewing, what's our reliever's name?
Which one? I didn't see the one. You talking about Alvarado?
Alvarado. They put him in to dig Nola out. And then you see them interviewing him. And his heart. You could feel his heart. And it was just, I'm like, and I want to say this to Tunis too. Last year, Tunis, you had the Tunis train. And, I mean, we all realized at some point that it wasn't going to happen. but it was still good. And I think it was necessary for this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was
I
necessary.
agree. In the same vein, it's like, you can learn a lot from history, right? Like, and in 06 begets 07, where you actually make the playoffs.
Right.
And 07 begets 08 when you wind up winning a World Series. And,
right.
You never know when, this stuff pays dividends. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wonderful. I'm geared down, obviously, on my way to work, geared down, hat, Philly shirt. I got Philly face mask. I mean, because last year I went all in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got plenty of gear. And so, I'm just having a marvelous time. And then they were showing the, I forget what's it called, but it's got like Ricky Bo and those guys. They come on I think at stretch time.
Yes.
What's the guy with the blue glasses?
Yeah, Michael Barkan.
And he's pacing, and you could tell it was real.
Yes.
Like, he wasn't faking. He was just like, he couldn't settle himself down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just wonderful. And we could do it. You never know. Because I heard Tommy say, we got 13 before we become the champs. And I'm like, wow, that's true. Only 13.
Listen, and it's baseball, right? Like, we talk about all the time about the lesson of baseball. It's different in certain sports. Like the NBA, you got to be a really, really good team to make it to the finals, and because you're going to get exposed at some point down the line. But in baseball, it's an evener. It's whoever's hitting the ball.
For real. And before I hang up real quick, I want to say something about Jalen, right? And I was thinking the other day about last year when I asked you to explain to me, because I like X's and O's. I like real stuff, too.
Yeah.
About his arm. Explain it to me. Why can't he make the throws? And I remember you broke it down. And, I really appreciate that, because that's really how you understand the game. So when he came back this year, I was focused in on that. I was like, okay, let me watch his arm. Let me see what he's doing. It's just wonderful. Sports is just wonderful.
Well, it's the best. And here's the beauty of, this year and what he's doing. It's twofold, right? One, he got stronger. He worked with his delivery, right? With Tom House, who's like the quarterback guru. He's a former pitcher for the Texas Rangers and all, and he works with quarterbacks.
Okay.
And so he spent a good bit of time working with Tom House in the offseason, which has helped him. But the other thing that you've seen, and I think the biggest reason why he's flourished, is he knows what he's looking at, right? Like, he sees it pre-snap. And when you know where you're going with the football, that's a big part of the battle, because you know, all right, I got this matchup. This is where I want to go with the football. And you can watch him. He knows where he's seeing what the defense is giving him. He's going through his progressions. And so much has to do with his football intellect. And I think that's what you're saying. Right.
And I love you, all right?
Love you too, Sheil.
Right.
See you, baby. I think that's a big deal. And it is uncanny that we're sitting here and the Eagles are 4-0 and the Phillies have made the playoffs. And it feels like this is kind of how it should be, right?
Yeah, man. And
we thought that this was going to happen
years ago, yeah.
And it's taken a different look, right? We didn't think the Eagles would be 4-0 like this. And watching those teams, I had a friend of mine. Let me ask you a question, because last night the Monday night game was the Niners and the Rams. So my buddy Boo says to me, "Are the Eagles as good as these two teams?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, I got to give you a question because I want to discuss it. And because up until the clinch, I was going to talk about this. He went, "No way." He said, "Do you think the Eagles are better than these two teams?" And I said, "Yes." And he went, "No way." Now, I look at the two of those teams, both teams. Listen, the Rams are great. They're an all-star team. However, they got some issues up front on that offensive line.
Yeah, clearly Stafford's got something in his face all the time, which you saw a lot last year, too.
Right.
Until they figured it out come playoff time.
Well, you saw it on that Monday night game, Tennessee, you overload the A-gap. But, again, the same thing, that Ram team has issues. And the Niners, you say whatever you want. Now, their defense is legitimate, and they got some good weapons. But Jimmy G's is still
Jimmy G.
Right. There's still things that, you don't trust. And and you can see Shanahan, he doesn't trust them.
Well, yeah, that's why they tried moving on from him.
Yeah.
And it just took Trey Lance getting hurt in week 1 that got him back out on the field.
I mean, when you look at this Eagles team and compare them to those two teams, Eagles have a better offensive line. I think the Rams' defense is great, but the Eagles' defense is good too.
Eagles have a very good defense. There's more star talent on LA, right? But that doesn't mean everything.
But even their offense, the Eagles' skill people, I think, are better. Cooper Kupp may be the best receiver.
You like Allen Robinson.
But I got news for you. He's not looked he hadn't looked right at all. And I think A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, greater than Kupp and A-Rob.
You got to love Dallas Goedert, and you like I like Cam Akers is all right, but he's been awful this year, really.
Yes.
And Sanders, look at what he's turning into.
I mean, I don't think it's crazy. When Boo said no way, I was like, really? Because I disagree. I think they're right there. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I'm just saying that, look, when you compare them, I don't think it's crazy to say
it's a competitive balance. It's
that
not
they're as good as those teams.
It's not Eagles Bucks last year.
And you can throw the Packers in there too.
Right. It's not Eagles Bucks last year where you go, they have no shot of winning this game.
Right.
Right. Whereas if they go up against the Rams, I go, all right, I think they could do it.
Yes. VT Ron, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Ronnie.
Anthony, my man, Pots and Pans, Tunis, what's going on, boys?
We got a Red October, Ron.
Hey, we do. We talked about having a Red October. How great is that? Now, I tell you, I think in this series, I like the pitching against the pitching. You were talking about that earlier. And I really think if we could get 3 runs a game, like y'all were saying, I think we can beat the Cardinals. I really do. I really think we can. And I think if you get, you got Nola, how well he's pitched this year, and you got Wheeler coming in. Those two right there keep you in a ball game. I wish we had a home game, but we don't. So in that case, I think the pitching that we have, that the Phils have, it could put us right in a good spot to win this series. I really do. I really think that wholly and sincerely.
I mean, all you got to do is you think about it, right? Going into a game 1, they could be a favorite. I mean, at worst, it's going to be close to a pick. Right? That's with Wheeler. And then game 2, I think you have another decided advantage with Nola.
With Nola. All right, and then are they going to come with Ranger? If there's a game 3, they come.
You got to go with Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust Syndergaard. I don't trust him at all.
Well,
so I guess you got to go with Ranger.
But you would go Ranger, and, Gibby's horrible, so you're going to go Ranger.
You're going to go Ranger and hope he could get it done.
Yep.
And I think he could. Now, I really do think he could. Look, I'm excited about this. It's been 11 years, man. I've got more gray hairs than I ever had. And I wanted to call you yesterday coming back from the game on 95, but my phone got so wet at the game on Sunday, it blew up. I didn't have a phone. Couldn't hear you after, couldn't listen to you going home and couldn't, yesterday. But I want to tell you I was there. And one thing I got just a quick shout out about the Eagles, more so about the fans. The Eagles played great. And I got one question after that. But you know what, Anthony? 90% of the fans showed up on Sunday. 90%. I'm going to tell you, the only place where you saw a lot of green seats was in the club section because they were upstairs watching in the dry air. So, Philly fans, you came out in the rain. I brought the hurricane up from South Carolina, but you know what? A win is a win is a win. And just one real big question. Did Sirianni ever address why he didn't go for the field goal and tried the 4th down in the 4th quarter? Did he ever address that?
We talked about it. I thought it was the right move.
At the end of the game, I think the Eagles were up, I think, by 8. And they had a 4th and 4, and he chose to run a 4th down play. It's the play where A.J. Brown.
Yeah, you don't want to kick a field goal in those elements, and God forbid something crazy happens.
Well, I just was wondering though because it would have been like a 34-yard field goal.
Yeah, we talked about that. Well, Ronnie.
Elliott had gotten hit at that point,
right?
And I know he banged one later, but
now I'd rather take my chances of putting in the offense, and then they got to go a length of the field with no timeouts. I think that's the right way to do it. All right. 610-632-0975. Jeff McClain will join us next as we dive back into the birds. But it is a red October. It's the beauty of October, right? It can be red and green. A little Christmas in October. 610-632-0975. Let's talk about your health for a second. Did you know that losing weight is actually is not just good, makes you feel good, makes you look better, all that stuff, but it actually gets you healthier. Look, this is the deal with NJ Diet. I want you to think about your numbers, right? And your numbers aren't, your batting average and stuff like that. Your numbers that you get off a blood test, how they'll improve with weight loss. That's the beauty of NJ Diet. It's going to put you back in the game and make you feel better and help your health. All right? And a big deal. Now, NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed money-back program starts with personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You're also going to have access to the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's committed to you keeping the weight off. And the beauty of it, it's all natural. There are no shots, no hormones, no prepackaged foods, and no surgery. Offices close by. You got King of Prussia, you got Cherry Hill, Newark, Delaware. Or, you can do it from home, live online video consultations, too. You can lose 20 to 40-plus pounds in only 40 days, and that's contractually guaranteed, and it'll make you feel better, man. Also, it's going to improve your numbers, improve your health. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET, 855-5NJ-DIET. Lose the weight for good.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Postseason bound. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by New Look Home Design. Need a new roof? Call New Look Home Design. Save 50% on all roofing projects and qualify for no payments. No interest financing for 12 months. Visit newlookhomedesign.com or call 800-279-5300. The Phillies beat the Astros yesterday 3-0 in Houston, and that win solidified them a spot in the playoffs for the first time since 2011. Right now, they are slated to take on the Cardinals in the first round. That could change, but game one for all teams in the playoffs in the wild card round are this Friday at October the 7th. October the 7th, 2011 was the last time the Phillies played in the playoffs. So 11 years later, on the day, they will be playing in their first playoff matchup, which is just awesome. Jeff McClain joins Anthony coming up next at 12:30. Talk about the Eagles, who are 4-0, and they're about to get set to take on the Cardinals this Sunday. This update is also brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Come to Dave & Buster's Philadelphia this Sunday to watch the game with Philadelphia football legend Jeremiah Trotter. Meet and watch the game with Jeremiah only at Dave & Buster's. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for just $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, find out how to get up to a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Offer ends 10/23/2022. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. And imagine if your favorite casino came with an undo button. You get that with FanDuel Casino's Play It Again. Get up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. Play your favorite table games and hundreds of slots for real cash. See why FanDuel Casino is the #1 rated online casino app. I love to explore the daily and weekly promotions. I play with live dealers, and if I ever have a question, well, the best-in-class customer support team helps me 24/7. Sign up for FanDuel Casino with promo code BOB today and play it again with up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first first day. That's promo code Bob.
21 plus and present in PA, must not have previously placed any wager on FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel Casino, Betfair Casino, Mohegan Sun Casino, or Stardust Casino. Refund issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
In the Delaware Valley, helping each other isn't just the neighborly thing to do. It's in our blood. It's in our plasma, too. In fact, over the years, thousands of Philadelphia area residents have helped people they'll never even meet by donating plasma at local CSL plasma donation centers. Your plasma donations have been instrumental in our efforts to create new therapies for patients living with rare and serious diseases, and have helped us provide medicines and vaccines to people in more than 100 countries around the world. We're proud to be part of this community, and we can't wait to say thank you in person at local events in the community throughout the fall. So please, when you see the CSL tent, stop by to say hi, hydrate, and grab a fun giveaway. Interested in other ways you can partner with CSL to improve patients' quality of life? Ask us about participating in one of our clinical trials or learn more at cslbearingtrials.com. That's cslbearingtrials.com. We thank you for all that you do, Philadelphia, because together we are saving lives.
If you're hearing this, you could save an average of $702 a year on your auto insurance with NJM. If you're smelling this, that's the sweet scent of savings that comes with great insurance. And if you can see this, then your radio isn't a radio, it's a television. Now, go upgrade your insurance at NJM.com. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Figure reflects average annual auto insurance premium savings on a national basis for applicants who reported their prior premiums and switched to NJM between 5/31/21 and 5/31/22.
I love fall.
Cooler temperatures are nice, but our energy bills are going to skyrocket when we start up our old furnace.
You know, a more efficient system would save us money. Isn't Bryant offering instant rebates on new systems right now?
Seriously? I might even love winter with an offer like that.
For a limited time, Bryant is offering up to $675 in rebates on a new home comfort system. Visit nopaybryant.com to find a dealer near you.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
Meet Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boosts that make you feel like...
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Boost effervescent vitamins turn your H2O into H2O to give you a fizz-tastic feeling like...
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Because it's not just vitamins, it's Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
Boost it.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You don't want to miss the Philadelphia Flyers home opener at Wells Fargo Center on October 13th.
Center, they score! Atkinson rams it home, and he's got the hat trick.
Be here to see the Flyers kick off the season when they take on the New Jersey Devils.
Braun, a shot, deflection, score! Zach McEwen got his stick on it.
All fans in attendance get a Flyers t-shirt presented by Smartwater. Get your tickets now, only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
All right, listen. I want you to get in your car and you're hearing something strange. Is that warning bell dinging? Or is the check engine light on? The ding or the light can mean a number of things. All right? None of them are really good. But at Meineke, you can find out. Now, it could be something simple, as just like a loose gas cap, or it could be something much more serious, and you may need attention to it right away. This is why Meineke is a must. Find out at your local Meineke. Save $10 when you spend $50. Save $20 when you spend $150, and save $50 when you spend $400. Right now, receive 50% off brake pads and shoes. Bad brakes got you breaking your personal swear jar record. Yeah, Squeak. You start cursing it up. Give your brakes and your budget a break. 50% off brake pads and shoes at your local Meineke Car Care Center. Meineke for tires, brakes, batteries, exhaust, and everything else. Meineke doing car care right.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, it's 12:30 across the Delaware Valley. Goes ready with the Tunis on this Tuesday. It's a red October, and it's also a green one. Birds 4-0. And Sunday, we're doing a big watch party at the 23rd Street Armory. And it's a great party. It's put on by our good friends at Philly Sports Trips and Brauhaus Schmitz. So you got an incredible party. All right, $25 gets you a ticket, a beer, access to the buffet. I mean, come on. They have great food there, too. And you know there's going to be the brats and all the good stuff and that great German beer. It's going to be a fun time. Yes! Visit phillysportstrips.com for the tickets and the details. Beers, big screens. We're watching Eagles, Cardinals, and maybe Phillies, Cardinals as well. So check it all out. And, in fact, I got a pair of tickets I want to give away right now on the contest line. Let's go 3 and 6. All right.
Those are the usuals.
3 and 6.
I was going to say 6 and 11 for Howard and Rollins.
Yeah.
That could be later.
Okay.
Because we have a bunch of these to give away today.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. I want to make. I want to be there. I'm going to be hanging out. I want to see people. I want to make it a party. 215-263-0975. 263-0975. That's the contest number. 3 and 6. You're going to get a ticket. You're going to get a pair of tickets to the event on Sunday, 23rd Street Armory. It's a blast. All right. Now let's dive into it with our man. As always, we love chopping it up with him on Tuesdays. All things Eagles. Jeff McClain joins us on the Comcast Business Hotline. Jeffrey.
Anthony, what's up?
4-0. 4-0 and going out to an event, playing a very winnable game in Arizona, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, 5-0's in play. I mean, certainly game that maybe a few months ago you might have thought differently about, but the Cards haven't looked particularly great. They're coming off a win, so, Kyler's always dangerous, but he doesn't have, DeAndre Hopkins is still out, and, Hollywood Brown has been fine. Of course, they still have Zach Ertz, but as you said, a winnable game for the Eagles.
Yeah, and, the thing that was most impressive about Sunday was, you fall behind 14-0, and, look, I know that Lawrence on 4th and 3 is rolling out. He's got a guy open. It could be a different story. He drops the ball, fumble, right? Yeah. But all that said, they came back, they roared back and came right back. I mean, this team's dangerous, man.
Yeah, they were clearly the more talented team, and even when they were only up 6, and we go into the fourth quarter, I never really felt like the Jaguars had a chance to come back and win it. Certainly, it was possible, and as you mentioned, there were a couple things that maybe under normal circumstances don't go the Eagles' way. The weather conditions clearly affected Lawrence and some of the Jaguars, and they were cruising. They're up 14-0. He converts that 4th down. Yeah, maybe we're talking about a different game. Then he fumbles the snap, and then of course Hassan Reddick forces those 2 other fumbles, which were not unforced like the other 2. But that being said, I don't think any player has had 4 fumble games like 91. So kind of freakish, but. You're going to have these games. You're going to have games you're just going to have to overcome certain types of adversities, and it may not be against even the best of teams in the league. Eagles had also all the injuries that they suffered. It's the first time really this season that they've been embattled that way, and to lose 2 of their starting offensive linemen. And they weathered it, and that was impressive. What's probably even more impressive was that they kind of were able to shift right back into run-heavy mode and run that type of offense. and do it against a good run defense. They're pretty tough. I know they came in ranked first statistically in terms of yards allowed per game, but that's a legit front. And the Eagles were able to kind of, I wouldn't say they had their way with them, because if you look at the numbers, I think they were just over half yards, which is good, but it's not like they dominated them. But they did what they had to do, and be able to pound that. So that's the mark of a good team, that you can kind of counter what a defense is doing, and certainly in terms of the condition, how that affected how the offense needs to be run, and still win effectively.
Hey, it's interesting because, and we'll get to the injury updates in a minute, because I'm curious what you think. But one of the things, I was watching the Rams game last night, and they got their issues, especially in the interior part of their line. The Niners also have to, they have an issue with quarterback, and the Packers, they struggle a little bit at overtime against a bad team. They're a good team. But all that said, a buddy of mine says, hey, you think the Eagles are as good as these two teams, meaning the Rams and Niners? And I said, yes, actually I do, with my buddy Boo. And he said, I don't think so. And I look at the landscape of the NFC, I don't know. I think they're as good as anybody in this conference.
I agree. Certainly, just based upon record and just based upon the way the first four games have played out versus those other teams, you could say that. It's not just about, if you look at the Packers, you look at the Bucs, you look at the Rams in terms of having not the backs, or in the Rams' case, coming off winning a Super Bowl. It's that the Eagles are like, they have an unbelievable amount of depth, and such a good off season that they were able to address certain areas, and it seems like each one of those is essentially worked out. Not everyone, most of them have, and you can't discount that. Every team's going to have holes at certain spots, and the Eagles have a few of them right now. I wouldn't say they're major, but certainly, if you look at special teams, if you look at maybe safety with CJ kind of struggling, I think they're just not as significant as if you look at, and you mentioned like the Rams or the 49ers, or even if you look at the Packers, the fact that the receiving core just isn't what it used to, obviously, with no Devontae Adams. Those teams have some pretty significant holes, and some of them are also on the offensive line, also, as you mentioned. And the Eagles' strength, to me, still remains that unit, even with the injuries. I mean, the fact that they were able to, not succumb once Jordan Mailata went out, or when Isaac Seumalo went out. We'll see how that plays out. I'm kind of helping you out here by moving it forward to injuries, because I don't know. It could be, Nick Sirianni was suggesting that everyone's got a chance to play Sunday, but I don't know if it's going to play out that way.
Yeah, while we're talking about it, it looks like, first of all, it looks like Slay's good, right? So that's the best news.
Slay was, yeah. I mean, definitely, it's not. There's no fracture. He was telling everyone in the locker room after the game that he was fine. I would say, he's probably more likely to play than maybe some of the other guys.
Mailata, what are you kind of looking at there? Because I saw your tweet the other day, yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't seem too enthusiastic after the game, but he had to have the MRI. Nothing's come out about that yet, so my assumption is that it's nothing that's going to take him out for extended period. I don't want to go ahead and 100% say that. Still trying to wait to hear back from a couple people on that. But it could be a game or two. I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. Isaac, I just walked by his car, so he's here getting treatment right now. So we'll see. Today's a normal day off for the players, and he's here. So that could be, if they said high ankle sprain, O-lineman can sometimes play through that. You don't want to push it too much. He's also coming off the list for foot injury if it's the same foot, the same leg, excuse me. Initially I was told that the Jake Elliott one was probably the one they were most concerned about. But with the kicker, you may be able to kind of like wait until the last second. They may have to just sign someone to the practice squad just in case, if they had to call him up on Saturday if Jake's not ready by then. Avonte Maddox is kind of up in the air for for Sunday, and Boston Scott has this rib injury. I think that could keep him out for another week. So, we'll see how it plays out. There's a couple other bumps and bruises. They've had two guys, Patrick Johnson and Kyron Johnson. They had concussions, so they're in the protocol. I saw Patrick Johnson after the game. He looked fine. I mean, obviously, I'm no doctor. I don't know what that says about his head injury. But interesting that someone from around the league was telling me that there was only one or two players, at least through Sunday, that had suffered head injuries and went back in the game.
Oh, wow.
I'm wondering if that had something to do with Tua.
Yeah, it looks like a certain, definite reaction.
The teams are on high alert to just be very overly protective about players when it comes to head injuries.
Yeah, I look. That's the last thing that league that's going to have to pay out big numbers that they're looking to do. So, I feel you on that. So, it brings me back to, this week, and I look at Arizona, and we started off by saying how it's winnable, and you size them up, and I look at that team. They have offensive line issues. Their defense isn't that good either. And I just look at the way the Eagles are playing, and, Jack Driscoll comes in, and all of a sudden they're good. Look at Miles Sanders. That was his best game as an Eagle. 27 carries, Jeff.
27 carries, running hard, finish off runs, for the most part, hitting the holes where he needed to. Like that first touchdown he had, the 10-yard touchdown run, it was like he just, sometimes he just doesn't have in the past, or sometimes, and look, I think Miles Sanders is very talented. I think he's a good running back. But there were times where he just wouldn't follow the direction of the run play. And on this case, he just waited, and then all of a sudden the sea parted, and he just it was perfectly executed. Even on the second one, same thing. Jalen, after he handed it off, was raising his hands before Miles had even gotten past the line of scrimmage because he knew he was going to score because it had been well designed play that was blocked up perfectly. So there's that element to it. Jalen brings he's a +1. They have to really factor him into and how they defend that run game, and it definitely helps Miles out. But then there's also just that he's just running hard and he's finishing in runs and he's hitting the holes where he needs to. And you could say he's maybe a little extra motivated because he's in his contract year. But Miles, for the most part, has always been a pro. The way he pros has just been injuries, and sometimes just kind of getting used to playing in the pros versus when you're younger and you could just outrun guys in high school and in college, and that just doesn't happen here at this level.
Yeah, and we're talking to Jeff McClain, Inquirer.com. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you read him. Yeah, I thought that was big for me. It was the 27 carries, the volume. It was a lot of trust there. I thought that was the biggest thing that we really haven't seen is a lot of trust. And on a terrible day with bad weather, they were able to trust him and give him the ball that many times.
You needed him to do that, right? You needed him, and you've been hearing. I don't think he complains about it too much, but certainly he wants the ball.
Yeah.
Is that going to always be the way this offense runs? No, it's not. He's now averaging 18 carries through 4 games. In the first 3 seasons, it's been 12.
Wow.
I don't know if that's going to hold up. Jalen certainly takes a lot of the runs on zone reads or RPOs, and they want to be, a pass explosive type of offense, and that's, so they're gonna throw. Jalen's made improvements in that regard. You have 2 top caliber receivers and one of the better tight ends in the league. You don't want to neglect that. What you have there, and certainly an offensive line that doesn't. You don't have to really keep guys in a lot of times and help them because they can win their one-on-ones. So it's not going to be the offense that we saw last year. But what was, as I mentioned earlier, what's just most important is that they can do that if they need to do it.
Yeah, I think that's key. Let me ask you a question. We saw a couple carries by Sermon. Do you think they wind up integrating him a little bit more now that he's kind of familiar with the system a little bit? Because I do like him as a kind of secondary punch.
Yeah, he had 2 runs for 19 yards. One was really blocked up nicely for him.
Uh-huh.
He's a little bigger than even Miles, so you maybe have a little complementary featured there. Kenny Gainwell, the runner is okay. I think they thought he'd be better in terms of pass catcher. Just haven't. He's a fine player. He had a nice touchdown run himself, 10-yarder too. Kid seems to have a nose for the end zone, so you're not gonna forget him or leave him inactive. But Boston Scott could be a guy that if Sermon develops the way they think, and all, and let's say Boston struggles to come back after a little while, maybe he could lose his position. But look, I don't want to call up, I don't want to, neglect what Boston's done in the past, and hey, at least whenever they play the Giants, you call Boston up.
Right.
These guys are giant killers. So no, I mean it's good to have. It's good to have that kind of depth at that position, because that's a position where a lot of guys don't go full 17 games without getting hurt.
Hey, one of the things that came out is that Shane Steichen during this start has gotten a lot of heat, and it appears that he is one of the top early candidates for coaching jobs, and I guess it's possible that both of them could have serious looks already. With every passing week of success for the Eagles, the hotter their staff becomes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, I think that was like a SI thing that just did it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone really knows at this point. But
I know, but it is interesting only because he's having a good time.
No, you're hearing Shane's name more, certainly. And I think we talked about this after the Vikings game. I thought he did a brilliant job calling that game. And that was my story off the game, was just how, Shane, everyone's talked about Gannon head coach. I mean, certainly you see owners in this league lean more towards offensive-minded head coaches. So if you have one of the most explosive and productive offenses in the league, but as we get closer to the end of the season, it stands to reason that Shane wouldn't be one of the candidates that teams are like. He's got a lot of the outward makeup kind of things that you want in terms of like he can handle the media. He's poised. I don't know Shane terribly well. We've only been with him 2 years, but I think he certainly is a guy that could be a candidate. Then you have to start worrying about replacing him. But I think we're kind of far from that now.
No, it's all part of this whole path. Like the Eagles, all of a sudden, like last night during the Monday night game, they're when they come up, Buck and Aikman were glowing about the Eagles. Look at the Eagles. The Eagles are for real. The Eagles are around the league. Everybody's gushing.
Yeah, I mean, right. They're 4-0, right? So that's just always going to come with as we saw, 2017. Like end up becoming a head coach, and you saw other guys move on to other positions or get interviews for certain positions, and that's just what happens. And this offense right now, I mean, it's humming. I mean, it's one of the top 5 offenses in the league. If you look at the DVOA rankings or whatever rankings you want to look at right now, it's very productive. So Shane gets a lot of credit for that, and I don't want to forget about Gannon, because this is a guy that heading into the season, a lot of people had questions about.
Yeah, we talked about it at length. I mean, he called it yet another. Every game, he's giving you the right game plan and getting the right pressures out. And this one was the Son Reddick of getting let loose. I mean, it's pushing the right buttons, man.
Done a good job, yeah. I mean, let's see how he does when he faces one of these better quarterbacks. This will probably be the best quarterback they faced all year. In Kyler Murray. Not exactly the type of offense that they faced 2 years ago when they went into Arizona and had to face him, but certainly a good test for the Eagles and for Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen, great stuff. It's a fun ride. It's funny. People are asking me, hey, when does the first loss come? And I go, I don't think they're losing before the bye, that's for sure. Because I think they win this week, and when they got Dallas at home on a Sunday night, they ain't losing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible. And then they go to the bye, and they got Pittsburgh. But they can win any of these games too. Got to go on the road to Arizona. Got to go West Coast, and again, there's still enough talent on that team. If things aren't clicking and things go against you.
Well, it's the league itself, but there's a lot of dubs left on that schedule, brother.
It's a beneficial schedule, absolutely.
That's pretty cool. All right, brother. Great stuff as always. The great Jeff McClain on the Comcast Business Hotline. Make sure you read him, follow him on Twitter. Thanks, my brother.
All right, talk to you soon.
There he is. Lot of wins. It's funny because I've gotten asked that question more than any other question recently.
Yeah, why? I don't get that.
When's their first loss? I think people are going, in
an excited way, though.
Right? No, it's not in a negative way at all. It's more like it's almost like
there's one guy yesterday that it wasn't excited because he dropped the whole. Yeah, it's a bit of an easy schedule to start.
Right. Yeah. So, but for the most part, it's more like it ratifies how good they are, right? Like oh my God, they really are that good. All right, 610-632-0975. I can't believe it is 1 o'clock. It's a red October and a green one. Let's discuss it. 610-632-0975. Phillies playoffs, first time since 2011. That's pretty cool. All right, listen, are you getting ready to organize the garage or the attic? Maybe you're remodeling the bathroom. You're doing stuff around the house. You got home projects. If that sounds like you, I have the perfect cleanup solution for all these projects and much, much more. That's the Bagster. Yeah, I tell you about the Bagster all the time because it's a brilliant product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag that's sold at Home Depot and Lowe's and all your local hardware stores. What's that, Warren's, Tunis?
Yeah. Love Warren's.
All your local hardware stores. Just $29.99. It holds 3,300 pounds of waste. That's a lot of just junk, man. All those Cowboy fans that you throw them right in the Bagster. That's the beauty of it. And listen, all kidding aside, these fall, autumnal weekends that you got stuff, maybe you want to watch the game, but you don't feel like I got to do this. Maybe it's going to take me a couple weekends. It's on demand. You buy it, you open it up, and you fill it at your leisure. And then once you're done, you go Waste Management, you call them up, they come get it. You get the appointment, boom. Go to Bagster.com. They got all the details. Anthony Gargano telling you clean it up this fall with a Bagster. Dumpster in a bag.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The drought is finally over. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham. Place a takeout order, and your 12-pack of Miller Lite cans is only $9.75. Tonelli's Pizza Pub in Horsham is your Miller Lite headquarters. The Phillies beat the Astros yesterday, which snapped the 11-year drought. The Phillies are finally making the playoffs for the first time since 2011. If the season were to end today, they would be taking on the St. Louis Cardinals, the same team that knocked them out of the playoffs in 11. And we'll get that decision later on this week. We'll find out where the standings lie. But yes, October 7th, this Friday, will be the first playoff game in 11 years for the Phillies. You just heard from Jeff McClain. That will be podcasted on 97.5thefanatic.com. Charlie Manuel, the skip, joined Anthony earlier today. You can hear that again as well on 97.5thefanatic.com. This update is also brought to you by Wawa Club Sandwiches. At Wawa, there's a club for everyone. Try the Turkey BLT Club or the new Italian Club. Find yours today. Got to have a Wawa. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's John Kincaid from my friends at Window Nation, and forecasters are presenting a colder, snowier winter than we've had in the last couple years. That's why Window Nation wants you to put your wallet away until 2025. What are you talking about, John? We got to pay for the windows. Yeah, you do, but you don't pay for them until 2025. It's a great deal. You're going to buy 2 windows, you're going to get 2 free, and you're going to pay nothing until 2025. I'm talking no money down, no payments, no interest. Window Nation's got you covered. But, John, they probably don't have my size of a window. Yes, they do. They have every size, every style, every color that you could ever imagine. You go to windownation.com and you do the window shopping online, and you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. Did you know their average installer has over 16 years experience? Do you know they got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau? All you know is that if you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and they're going to charge you nothing until 2025. What a great deal. Buy 2, get 2 free, but you got to do it now. Go to windownation.com and do your window shopping, then call them. 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo for CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. It feels like a different season every day, and sometimes from hour to hour. As a result, heating and AC units switch from air conditioning to heat with little to no break. While you might be ready for the cold, is your heater? Well, one call to CNC Heating and Air Conditioning will ensure that your heater's ready to face the bitter winter temps. It's no secret that electric bills have skyrocketed, so make sure your system is tuned up or replaced before it's too late and your system becomes completely inefficient. If you're in Bucks or Montgomery County, the local experts in home heating, CNC Heating and Air Conditioning, are ready to help. They're family-owned, trusted, and proven for 50 years. You'll see why homeowners trust CNC Heating and Air Conditioning for their family's comfort. Visit cc-hvac.com to schedule your system service analysis today. That's cc-hvac.com. Our family is here to keep your family comfortable all year long. cc-hvac.com.
I get it. It's embarrassing. But have you really given up on performing in bed? If you or your partner suffer from ED in any level, then contact Diffusion Healthcare today by calling 800-733-7571. That's 800-733-7571. Focused linear compression therapy is an innovative and cutting-edge technology that's FDA approved, 100% non-invasive, and provides a long-lasting solution to ED, regardless of your age or medical history. Call the doctors at Diffusion Healthcare to learn how over 90% of their patients have experienced an increase in sexual performance. And best of all, there's no pain, no needles, no surgery, and no downtime. But you have to call 800-733-7571 now. The call is free and confidential, and financing options are available. Be the man you're supposed to be. Call Diffusion Healthcare today at 800-733-7571. That's 800-733-7571.
Hey, to become the next generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and creators, we're gonna need some things.
Like a high-speed internet connection that can turn my ideas into reality.
Like the skills to become the world's most powerful coder.
Like the tools to start my sustainable shoe business.
You just heard some of the millions of students Comcast is supporting through Project Up, our comprehensive initiative and $1 billion commitment to open doors for the next generation so they can build a future of unlimited possibilities. Learn more at comcast.com/projectup.
Hey, this is Brian, and I'm the owner of Valley Grove Construction. We're expanding our team and hiring skilled and creative carpenters. As a company that truly values its talented carpenters, we prove it with top dollar pay starting at $30 an hour, an aggressive 401k plan, a generous vacation package, paid holidays, and even a $100 weekly travel allowance. You heard me right. That's over $5,000 a year to help with gas and vehicle expenses. If you're tired of not working with great people or just not doing the skilled work that you're capable of, then apply today at valleygroveconstruction.com. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click the Join Our Team link.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
1 o'clock across the Delaware Valley. as we hang out on a Red October Tuesday. Phillies are in. So let me ask you a question. I'm trying to figure out the buzz of the town. All right? And maybe our listeners can help out here. I think for sure that everybody is, I think people are into it to a degree. But how is this thing received? Because I saw a lot of, it's a bogus wild card. It's a third new playoffs. But I got a lot of that stuff. Now, I'm trying to figure out what is that. Now, is that just a, okay guy type mentality? Or are we, are people genuinely excited about it? Like I asked you a question during the break. I go, you think we're more excited than the average bear? Like there's a handful of the hardcores, right? Like, and I mean the hardcores. There's a percentage of the fan base that just lives and dies, right? And they're fired up. The Mufasas, the Daddy Mufasa, all these people, right? That are just with it, live it every day,
right?
But there is another secondary. Like when the thing blows up, it's not just your hardcore. Your 4-for-4 core, it goes beyond that, where it tips. Like there's a book called The Tipping Point, which you have heard me talk about many times. But that's when the masses cleave onto something. And I'm curious where we're at. Like we're throwing out Red October and bunting, and we got our own little crew, our little family. But is it widespread yet?
I would say not totally widespread yet. I think a lot of it is the leak of oil that the Phillies spewed out, getting to the playoffs, losing winning only 3 of 13 before this weekend series with the Nationals, and obviously the Marlins helped out the Brewers. I think there's a lot of hype that they made the playoffs, but I do think it's not totally widespread yet, and I don't think it helps that they're on the road all 3 games. If the Phillies clinched yesterday, and then the Phillies Twitter account and Facebook account and Instagram account posted the buy your tickets now here, I think there would be a lot of people that jumped on to buy tickets right away for the first home game, which would be game 3 because they're the lesser seed. But unfortunately, the way the baseball format is, it's a best of 3 all on the road. So I don't think you've gotten that widespread yet because it's not even going to be here in Philly. And if they lose, we're not going to see them.
Okay, I don't get that.
I think that's a big part of it.
Do you really?
Yeah, when there's a buzz in town, when it's like, oh, they're going to be here. All on the road, that kind of sucks.
Listen, I understand. Yeah, it's 3 games, though. I mean, whatever. I get it. I mean, if it was a regular series, you would play 1 at home, and how it would normally work. But does being home, you think that's a big deal?
I think that's a big deal, and I also think just 3 games sucks because there's no buildup of a series. Like, if you lose game 1, and then
but the buildup is now.
Done.
But
like
the buildup happens now, or when at least you find out for sure who the opponent is.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, I think there will be more and more excitement as the game goes on, or the season goes on, when you find out who the opponent is. I think that's going to be a big part of it.
Okay.
But I think right now, like you said, you have your diehards, and we look at it in the radio world. You got the P1, P2, P3, P4. I'm sure the P2s are fired up right now, but then it's the people that are kind of not really even fringe. They're more off the fringe. I'm sure they're not there just yet. They might watch. Like, they might not have watched it all this year.
Well, but there's also a question of legitimacy with some of the fan base.
Yeah, I know there is.
I mean, like I got that on a few times, especially on social media, not social media, whatever.
It's a gross, disgusting place sometimes.
You have to just put it out there. But I've heard it from other, even during my travels, I've heard it. Yeah, wild card. Like, what do you like? It's a bogus wild card. Why are you celebrating that?
Yeah, and look, 2007 when they made the playoffs, they won the division, right? So that's a big part of it. They had that ridiculous comeback against the Mets, right? They didn't come back against anyone. They actually dropped because they were the second wild card team a couple of weeks ago. So I think that adds to it, the leaking of oil that the Phillies had when they were the second wild card spot. Then they just barely hung on to the third wild card. It took to the final series of the season.
Right.
Like, let's face it, if they won one game against Chicago, they should have ended it last week.
So, and this comes from my man Dawood, right? Dawood, and he's a great 4-for-4 guy, and he's in the post office. All the guys, right? They have their own little sports conversations and all. He said the talk in the post office is that most people think the Phils are flimsy. Now, I understand it to a degree, but I really got to tell you, and I was just talking about it with Tyrone, Ricky, Bo, and Hunter. I mean, you're going to be a favorite in these games if you play the Cardinals, and you're throwing Wheeler and Nola.
St. Louis isn't a juggernaut. You give me Mets,
so
Braves,
you give me
round
flimsy.
one.
All right, well, I give you flimsy against the Dodgers or the Braves or the Mets, like you said, but not the Cardinals. The Cardinals are as flimsy as the Phils.
Right, exactly. So I can't sit. And plus, the Phillies, again, the Cardinals turned their season around, but the Phillies won the season series against St. Louis. So it's not like there's that incorrect notion that they can't be good teams, right? The Phillies, the only good team that they struggled against this year was the Mets. The Braves had a better record, but it wasn't, like 5 games better, right? It was, I think, like 2 or 3 games better than the Phillies did this year. Like, I think the overall record between the two teams, the Phillies had a better record against St. Louis. They had the head-to-head record. So I can't sit here and go, oh, there's no shot. The only downside is that it's on the road for 3.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this, today, the whole theme has been MLB playoffs. Anybody's, is anybody's game.
Yeah.
Even the great teams get beat, let alone the Cardinals. Like, the Cardinals, I mean, they're good.
Yeah,
They got
they're a
some
solid ball club.
They got some good power and all that, but it's not, oh my God, Fear City.
I got Wheeler on game 1, and if Nola could throw a gem like he pitched yesterday, that Astros line's no joke.
And that's why I keep going back to, is it a Red October party?
I think it should be. I think it will be.
Do you really?
I think Friday night people are locked in.
Yeah, I'm
or Friday, whenever they play.
Yeah, I'm on. Look, you're wishing it.
I'm hoping it's not. Yeah, I'm going to speak it into existence.
I just don't know if people feel that way. I keep going back to the same thing where, legitimacy. I don't know. I hope they do. I want it to be like a groundswell, because I think it's the best thing for this team. It's they're growing, arcing, and they could actually seriously they could win the series. They could move on and play in a divisional round. It's all possible.
Yeah, it is all possible. That's why, dude. I told you I had a lot of NyQuil last night. I bought 2 tickets for the NLDS.
It's funny because somebody said to me, about the champagne and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you're celebrating that.
Oh, come on. Just let him.
And
let him enjoy it.
And I go, yeah. I mean, what's.
And I said this. I said this last week at Parks.
But they were like, oh my God, you got to celebrate. It's ridiculous the way they celebrate the third wild card, bogus wild card. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, we're really worried about that?
Yeah, I don't care about that. And I said this last Thursday at the Parks Racing Sportsbook. And this was after they lost the second game to the Cubs. This is before they even got swept, right? And I think I said it partly because it made sense, and the other part was I needed to make myself feel better, a little bit better after what was going on. But I kept on saying, just get in, because part of me thinks that there is a major weight that gets lifted off this team's shoulders, because they've heard all the talk. First of all, a lot of the guys have been here for all the collapses. And then guys like Schwarber, Castellanos, they've heard all the talk about how last couple of years, this was supposed to be the team that ended the streak, ended the drought for the Phillies. So they've heard all the talk, and I think it got heavy on them. And once they got in, now they're playing with house money. So I think they actually perform well. Call me naive. I think they actually perform well in the playoffs, at least in the first round. We'll see what happens. Because I think this weight gets lifted off their shoulder where they go, all right, we made it. Let's celebrate, enjoy the next couple of days. I doubt everybody plays today because they're all probably hungover after last night. You know what I mean? Like, Enjoy the day. Enjoy your day off, some of those starters. Maybe get a couple ABs left in the final game of the season. Then you go on from there.
Yeah, it's funny you said hungover because I had a guy tell me it wasn't I guess it was yesterday before the game though. I guess it was where did I stop? I'm trying to remember where I stopped at. And a guy goes talking about you're going to get something about those guys celebrating the wild card, right? And getting drunk over the third wild card. And it was like a dripping with sarcasm mock. And I go, all right, well, it's not the NL East, but so what?
They're in the playoffs, man. Only a couple teams make the playoffs, and they made the playoffs.
Let's open up the phone lines again. 610-632-0975. And have you encountered any of the kind of okay guy mentality? Charles, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Good afternoon, Charles.
What's going on, Ant? Listen, my quick Phillies comment before I get to the Eagles. I am very happy for Phillies owner John Middleton. That man spared no expense to get what we needed.
Yeah, spent a lot of money. Yeah,
and it was special last night because that game was in Houston, and I immediately thought about when the Phils went to their first World Series in 1980. They beat. It was in Houston.
That was the legendary series, that 5-game series.
Exactly. It was it was just a great finish, and I wish the Phillies well. We're gonna turn some heads. We get through St. Louis, and then the fans will come back. They'll be packing the stadium.
Yeah, I listen. I hear you. I'm hoping people are into it though this weekend.
Exactly. It'll happen. Now, Anthony, my Eagles comment, that stadium haunts me, that Cardinal Stadium, because that was the most disappointing loss I experienced as an Eagles fan, that 2008 championship game.
Yeah.
And we lost it. That was Brian Dawkins' last game as an Eagle. Also, in the second half of that game, the Cardinals had the ball 7 times. We stopped them on 6 drives. We couldn't get that last one, and that Jim Johnson took that to his grave. He passed that August. So it's a very touching scene for me, that stadium.
Wow. You know what's funny? Now you're bringing me back there to that place. Yeah,
but
man.
Now, listen, they won that championship game. They lost it by a crooked score, something like 32-26 or something.
Yeah.
But listen, 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray hooked up, and they played out there, and they lost again by about the same score.
Yeah.
It was either 31-26 or 32-25. It was really, really strange.
Yeah, it was. You're right. You're right. And you know what? Real quick, that game, if they win 09, that's the Keystone Super Bowl.
Exactly. It was all laid out for us. But, Anthony, I'm going to the game on Saturday.
Nice.
There's a 12:15 flight flying from Philly to Phoenix. Whoever's in my aisle, they're getting free beer.
Oh, I love
it. Free beer. The 12:14 flight going from Philly to Phoenix. Whoever's in my aisle, drinks are on me, buddy.
You're the man, Charles. You're the man, buddy. Thank you, brother. That's awesome. Are you kidding? Beers on Charles if you're going to the game. He's going out there.
It's a good move out of Charles.
It is a strong move.
You can make friends pretty quickly.
Yeah, buddy.
Especially if the price is on an airplane.
That's fantastic. I just got word, Chunas.
What's that?
On my desk. So we got, if you can't get out to Arizona for the game, I got more tickets to the watch party.
So we got more?
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. So I got more tickets. Now it's going to be a Sunday. Again, I don't want to say it's going to be Eagles and Phillies, but I do think there's a good chance of that.
That's awesome.
I mean, it really is
good.
Be a
wild Sunday.
It's going to be a really good chance of that. So if I throw at you, they're going to have these big screens at the 23rd Street Armory. You're going to have this incredible buffet, all this incredible beer, and a big watch party. I mean, for $25?
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, that's incredible, actually. But they just gave me more tickets to give away. So between now and the end of the show, I'm not going to do contest line. I'm going to do regular line. All right? Because I got 5 pairs to actually give away between now and the end of the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, because I'm going to be there too, so I'm going to hang out. I'm going to give you the phone number, 610-632-0975. I want to talk about this Red October, and if you want to go, you just ask me, say, because I'm down, man. I want to go, and if you're on the line and you got a credible point, you got it. It's going to be that.
Good.
It's going to be that simple.
That's going to be a hell of a party, man.
Yeah. Go to phillysportstrips.com and you can purchase your tickets. Again, $25. I mean, you can't beat that. Doors open 3 o'clock, and it's going to be Phillies. I mean, it's going to be Eagles, but it could be a Phillies party too. That's going to be a lot of fun for playoffs, man. It's awesome. Let's go to Mike in Delran. Michael, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Mike. What do you say, buddy?
Hey, Judas, I still got that shirt, buddy. I was going to give it to you at FanFest. Val, you want it for this weekend or what?
Yes, dude. We'll figure it out. Dude, Ant, he found the best shirt ever. It was awesome. It was like, what was it? This team makes me drink.
Logo, and it says, this team's going to make me drink.
But instead of the Phillies, it's drink, like in the same font. I was like, dude, can you pick me up one of those right now?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's like one of those shirts you see down the shore, you know? Yeah, because I was nervous, like, this past week. Like, I just had this really bad feeling that, like, they weren't going to get in, right? So, but, like, you know, they're in. Anyone that's just like, yeah, well, you know. Like, those are the people that give us that bad Negadelphia and attitude, like perspective.
So let me, I'll throw this at you, because Hutch hits me up, and Hutch says, listen, you know, we're our little kind of family. That includes you, Mike. We're all like into it and all, but there's a lot of people that are numb because the Phillies hadn't made the playoffs in all those years, and they're numb like it's the process.
Yeah, well,
and I never thought about it like that.
I mean, it's okay, fair, but like there's an 18 or a 19-year-old kid out there that hasn't seen Phillies, you know, playoffs since they might have been real little. Like, I'm telling you, once the game comes on, everyone's going to be pumped. And I'll tell you what, they win game one, this city's going to be on fire, right? Everyone who thought, like,
I agree.
You know what? They win game one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what is there not to be excited about right now? I mean, the Eagles are rolling, right? The Phillies are in after 11 years. The Sixers played last night. Like, how awesome is that?
I know, and Simmons brick one.
Yeah, right. Like, there's so much to be happy about to be a Philly sports fan, considering, think about how we felt since the Super Bowl. Everything's been dreck. Just kick back and relax. Eagles are going to go 5-0 on Sunday. And you know what? The Phillies are moving on to the next round. I'm going to call it. And I'll tell you another thing. I'd love to watch both games with you on Sunday, cuz. Go Birds!
Go Birds. Hold on. You're in. Get one of your tickets. You got it, Michael. Wow, this T-shirt's awesome.
Yeah, dude, Mike tweeted this out saying, should I buy it? I was like, if you're not buying one for yourself, can you buy me one?
This team makes me drink.
It's great. It's the font.
With the blue star.
Yeah, man. It's
like
awesome.
Everything's red except for the blue star over the eye. What store is this at?
I think he said he saw it down the shore. Like it was a boardwalk shirt. I was like, dude, please, I want that.
Oh my God, that's
so he was going to bring it to me for FanFest. So we got to figure out a way to get it. Obviously, we could do it October 29th. The night, when FanFest happens again.
That's hysterical. That's actually
it's a great shirt.
It is.
And he tweeted it out right when things were starting to go bad.
Really?
I think it was like the J series or something.
Dude, but I will say this though.
That almost killed everybody.
Last week, and this is why I can't. I'm not. You notice my tone is more asking a question,
yes, than
accusatory,
right?
Because listen, I mean last week was horrible. I mean that Thursday was a low point. I have to tell you,
Omar Assad, man,
getting swept by the Cubs.
Gem.
That's why
I think that knocked a lot of people out.
That's why I can't get on people for being slow to the party. Now, I want them at the party, but I do understand it. That's why I'm not fighting with anybody.
The people I have a problem with are the bad tone people. With third wild card.
I hear you.
Those are the people I like. If it's just like, oh yeah, I'm excited, and like they don't really sound excited, that's fine. It's the tone that I don't like.
I'm excited. Well, but, I mean, I will say this. In fairness, thank God they played the Nationals.
Yeah. And thank God for those pesky Marlins, man.
Really?
Go Fish.
All right. 610-632-0975. So the next, people on the line will get you a handful of people before we get out of here, and I'm going to give you tickets to the watch party. Just say I want to go watch the double bird, all right? And we'll flip some double birds. It's Cuz Ready with the Tunis as we hang out on another rainy Tuesday. Let's talk about the Bet Parks app, shall we, for a second? It's paramount that you have it on your phone. You never know when it's going to come in handy. You were watching the game last night, and you could almost feel how the Phillies were going to go, right? Like, you could see, this is a clinched night, man. You felt it. Right on. And, you can jump in at any point, live in-game. Like the Birds down 14 early, you go, the Eagles are going to come back and win this game. You get them at plus money, you could do that. You could do same-game parlays, and you have all kinds of odds boosts, and you get that same-game parlay insurance. There's so much to do. You got to check it out. It is it's incredible. The Bet Parks app has everything you want, SGPs and props and anything as you can well imagine. So download it to your phone. Use the code FANATIC. That'll get you a risk-free bet up to $750. You got to be in PA or New Jersey. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The drought is over. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by NJ Diet. Lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds in as little as 40 days. Start by calling today, 855-5-NJ-DIET, or visit njdiet.com. The Phillies beat the Astros yesterday, which snapped the drought. Finally, 11 years later, the Phillies will be heading to the playoffs and playing October baseball. October 7th, this Friday, will be Game 1. Right now, they are slated to face the Cardinals, the same team that knocked them out last time the Phillies were in the playoffs in 2011 on October 7th. So it'll be 11 years to the day they are playing their first playoff game. Eagles getting set for their Week 5 match with the Arizona Cardinals. Jeff McClain joined Anthony earlier today. You can hear that on 97.5thefanatic.com, as well as Charlie Manuel, the skip, who is just beaming right now that the Phillies are going to the playoffs. He joined Anthony this morning as well. This update is also brought to you by Jefferson Health. You have a lot on your to-do list, but don't overlook the most important item, your health. Steps you take today are your first steps to a healthier tomorrow. Call Jefferson Health at 1-800-JEFF-NOW. That's 1-800-JEFF-NOW. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for just $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, find out how to get up to a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Offer ends 10/23/2022. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. Football season well underway. It's the perfect time right now to download FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sports book. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up using my promo code SCORDO. That's my last name. Build a same-game parlay with your no-sweat first bet. It doesn't have to be a huge 8 or 10-leg parlay. I like 3 legs. Pick your team to win, pick your favorite player to score first, and then pick your next favorite player to score anytime. Boom, you got a nice little same-game parlay. And how about live betting? Place bets during games. With live betting, you can get updated odds on games that have already started. And most importantly, with FanDuel, you get paid super fast. It's all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Sign up using my promo code SCORDO for your no-sweat first bet. That's my last name, promo code SCORDO. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Deep in the bowels of your building's basement, the wastewater pump system handles everything that comes from the bowels of your building's workers. Who can you trust to make sure that wastewater flows from your building to the city's water treatment facility? Pumpman Philly, the experts in wastewater system troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and replacement. When your pumps go down, don't crap your pants. Call Pumpman Philly at 833-559-PUMP. 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, Philly. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Eagles sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
For Butch's Coffee. For EJ's Sandwich Shop. For Springfield Family Dental.
Every day, Staples helps every kind of small business create bold signs that sing. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Ends 12/31. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
Hey, it's Guz. The weather is cooler. We're all spending more time indoors. You need to change your kitchen in time for the holidays? Hint like me. That's what I'm planning, especially after my wife went, "It's ugly. Call Colonial Marble and Granite now." It's the perfect time to get game-winning deals at Colonial Marble and Granite's Fall in the Savings Sale. Get 20% off all marble, granite, quartz countertops, and kitchen cabinetry. Rush in now to score big on savings. Visit colonialmarble.net and tell them Cuz sent you.
Hey, this is Brian, and I'm the owner of Valley Grove Construction. We're expanding our team and hiring skilled and creative carpenters. As a company that truly values its talented carpenters, we prove it with top dollar pay starting at $30 an hour, an aggressive 401k plan, a generous vacation package, paid holidays, and even a $100 weekly travel allowance. You heard me right. That's over $5,000 a year to help with gas and vehicle expenses. If you're tired of not working with great people or just not doing the skilled work that you're capable of, then apply today at valleygroveconstruction.com. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click the Join Our Team link.
Hello?
Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
Hey, it's Andrew. You need your roof replaced? Well, I got the place to call. I keep on saying new roof replaced. You don't need a new roof replaced. You just need a roof replaced, but you got to call New Look Home Design. They've installed over 40,000 roofs. So on average, that's one roof every hour. So you know that they have the experience and professionalism that you're looking for, and because they do such great work, people always refer them, and so that's why they keep on getting all these great jobs. And it's no shock, because this is the stuff they do for you, all right? They offer you all kinds of stuff, like same-day, on-site, or virtual estimates. Give them a call, say, hey, I need you to come look at the roof, what you're going to do, on-site or virtual, whatever is best with your schedule. They provide you a 3D rendering of your home, showing you exactly what your new roof is going to look like, and this is before you even pay a dime. And every estimate includes line-by-line pricing, so you know exactly what you're paying for. So they're going to give you the free estimate, they're going to come out and show you what your roof is going to look like, and they're going to tell you all that you're going to pay before you even pay a dime. In my opinion, best of all, they offer you a lifetime warranty, which means they stand behind their work. 40,000 roofs, all right? They stand behind, they know what they're doing. You won't find better people to do your roof. Right now, save 50% on all roofing projects and qualify for no payments, no interest financing for 12 months. That's right, 50% off plus qualify to your new roof now and make no payments for a full year. The holiday season's right around the corner. If you need to get a new roof, you can do that and still not pay for it because you got to get all the gifts. So if you need a new roof, get it done right with New Look Home Design. Call 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. Or visit them online, newlookhomedesign.com. That's nulookhomdesign.com. And tell them Andrew sent you.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, 1:30. I was just talking to the great Mr. Wolf.
Randy?
No, come on, Randy. Stop.
Nick Maton?
Nah, Mr. Wolf.
Because that's his nickname, Wolfie.
No, but Mr. Wolf is Butchie, the man behind Andy Reid. Now it's Big Dom behind Nick and Doug. You know.
I thought because the Phils clinched the playoffs, you're on the phone with Randy.
No.
You know, the Wolf Pack.
I was never a big Randy Wolf guy. I'll be honest with you.
Well, man, Wolf Pack.
Nah.
Guy could rake, too.
Yeah, I don't like, he couldn't break class with that on. Nah. I'm not my favorites.
Well, me?
Nah. Randy Wolf. Come on, bro.
Oh, maybe had him on speed dial.
We talking about the four aces.
Yeah. Wolf, Padilla, Silva, Ashby.
Come on, man.
Dahl.
Come on, man.
Person.
Come on, man.
Robert
Person.
4 aces. They had like 7.
Robert Person could hit.
I was at the 2-home run game.
Purse.
At the vet.
Dude. Were you really?
Yeah, I was at that one.
Yeah. Let's go to Nick. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nicky.
Gentlemen, Tunis, how do you not know by now that he hates soft throwing lefties?
I thought they were reconnecting, you know. Thought they were breaking bread, talking about the Phils, you know.
Dude, he loves that he can't even break a plane of glass. You love that, Ed.
I know. But I can't stand those guys. I like hard throw. Listen, Doc.
He's a sizist.
Wheeler, sizist.
And you'd rather say, dude can't break a plane of glass than he just stinks. You'd rather say,
yeah.
You find it more offensive by saying,
I do.
Break glass.
I do. If you can't break glass, I don't want you in my rotation.
Phil's man, Red October, brother.
What do you think? You excited?
I'm excited. Listen, I'll be more excited when it comes to Thursday and then Friday, get home.
Okay, so maybe it's too soon. Is that it? Because I'm wondering why there's it's a little tepid for my taste.
Well, it's a little too soon. You had a couple people call in today talking Eagles, so we still haven't purged out, all the callers talking Eagles. Because listen, again, I thought it was a fantastic win by the team yesterday. Loved it. Everything was fantastic. I told you about my little nitpick yesterday. That's fine. We can disagree. And so, like, these birds are 4-0. Like, I want to get honestly, I told you earlier in the season, I thought the Phils were a little unlikable, just a little personality. They have a lot of big names. Bryce tries to do whatever he can to connect with the fan base. He does a great job. But I don't know, something about this squad. First of all, we have two guys that haven't made the playoffs in 3 centuries. Finally, they make the playoffs. Segura and the best catcher in baseball. But I don't know what it is.
Huh. That's it. That's an interesting because I've heard this sentiment a little bit. I'm hoping by Thursday we know the matchup, and we're close, and I'm hoping there's buzz. That's kind of where I'm at. I almost think we're too soon. I thought there would be more buzz for a clinch, though. I really did.
Well, look, it's kind of not a West Coast game, but it was kind of a West Coast game. Came on late. It was 1-0. Aaron gives up the one hit, and they yank him, and we clinch. I'll put it this way. By Thursday, I'll be checking my printer to make sure I can print out a couple scorecards because I'll be scoring the games. I love.
Oh, nice.
Last time I scored a baseball game was with my pop, and he's no longer with me, so it's.
That's beautiful sentiment, man.
Game.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That's awesome.
Great show.
Thanks, brother.
Great callers. Have a great day.
You too, buddy. That's beautiful. Jermaine, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jermaine.
Yo, cuz.
What's up, Jermaine?
Listen, man, I enjoyed that game last night, man. It's been 11 years since the Phillies been really relevant as far as the playoffs go. I'm sitting there with the guys. We texting each other. We watching the Milwaukee score.
Right.
The good thing is they didn't have to back into it. They actually won the game and took it. So that was the best.
And how about because you're watching like I was, and Milwaukee's down was 4-1, whatever it was, and you went, oh my, and then they came back, and you're like, all right, like just don't blow it, all right? I don't want nothing crazy.
And we texting back and forth during the game, and we telling each other, yo, the Phillies got to take it. They got to take it. The best part was my buddy texted me a clip of Ben Simmons turning around shooting that brick jump shot.
How great was that? He almost caused an avalanche with that shot.
Yo, tell me about it, man. But I mean, it's been a long time. I'm hyped for it. I can't speak for nobody else, but I know I'm hyped for the playoffs for the Phillies. Red October is here. It's game time. I'm ready.
I love it. I am.
Hey, Cuz,
yes.
Listen, you gonna be down at the Armory on?
I am. You want to go? You want in?
Absolutely.
Hold on, brother. I got you. Hold on. Get those tickets. That's cool. Yeah, we're doing a watch party, 23rd Street Armory. Hopefully it's double birds, Eagles, Cardinals, and then Phillies, Cardinals. That would be the hope. Jerry in Cheltenham. Jerry, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic.
My man, Pots and Pan.
Yo, Jerry. What's up, buddy?
I'm the dude that had the son playing high school basketball who's now up at Alvernia.
Yes. How's he doing?
He's doing good, man.
Good.
He's doing good. He's about to start the season. I had some sad news this summer. I had a heart attack.
Oh, no. How are you? Are you better now? Or?
No, yeah, I'm back at work and everything, bro.
Good. Thank God.
Yo, check this out. Now I'm just a sports fan, right? But this year, I can honestly say I watched every freaking game of the Phillies.
Did you really?
This is how I set up. I set up with watching the Phillies on the laptop and playing Madden on the big screen. And I watched every game. I watched it so much that I knew the players by how they stand in the batter's box. You didn't even have to tell me their names.
Wow, you were watching every game.
I watched.
You do your Madden, and then you watch fightings on the laptop. That's great.
So check this out. So last night I'm watching the football game on the phone, Phillies on the laptop, and playing Madden.
You had all three fired up last night.
Oh my God! I just feel like two things. Before last week's Eagles game, I just have a feeling that this team is just special. I'm not having any doubts or anything. You know how you go in with trepidations, like they might lose this.
Yeah. I don't feel it either. I agree with you.
For real, we got weapons, and that's all I was looking for this weekend to see how they would be faced with adversity and what they would do. And they passed with flying colors, bro.
I know. I actually thought it was going to be a rough game. and going into it. And even when they fall behind 14 on them, I mean, they came roaring back. And then it wasn't even a sweat. Second half, you never even felt like the game was in peril.
Yo, you know what this year is reminding me of? The year we went to the Super Bowl, I was always asleep by halftime.
Yeah, but you don't want to be sleeping and missing any of this goodness.
No, not this year, bro. I'm tuned in, bro.
I like it. I'm glad you're better.
I would love to go down to the Armory.
Hold on, man. Let me hook you up with some tickets. You got it, Joe. You're coming down to the Armory. Again, PhillySportsTrips.com is how you get them. $25. You can't beat that. You get a group of guys, come and watch the game, get nuts. Tasty cake, Tom. Tasty cake. Your boy Freeze.
Unbelievable, right, Ant? You know what? I shouldn't have got paid for today. I had so much fun listening to you guys, and boy, Ant, Eagles are good.
They're real good.
And the Phillies, we got playoff baseball. And then you watch them. The Sixers are going to be good. It's like Shangri-La.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the Roaring 20s. I think they're finally here.
You know,
Shangri-La.
I mean, like the Eagles, like they had a little bit of adversity in that first quarter, and then they turned on the Jets, and man, they smoked them.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Our last call was the same thing. Like you got no like trepidation that, and I think the same thing. Like going into this weekend against Arizona, I just think they're a way better team than Arizona.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And the greatest thing about sports is, I said this to you before, Ant, at least for me, because I'm a guy that falls in love with guys, right, Ant? You know that. And when your guy does it, and you could chirp, there ain't nothing better than that.
Yeah,
nothing.
That's right. In fact, I think you got to petition the Tunis now about Freeze.
Nah, he'll never say that.
He's deserving. We'll see. Let me see what he does in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, the guy has a season.
Yeah.
That you haven't seen since 1884.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. You got to give him back his nickname, though.
You know, Ice Age 1 through 4, first 4 innings. Then it melts in the 5th sometimes, but.
See that, Ed? See that? That is such a violent. You got to put him in the back.
Nah, man. Let me see him doing the playoffs, and I believe that he will. I've been saying it all year, Dom, that he was going to do it. I was on your side.
Yeah, but you can't go Ice Age, melt. I mean, come on, bro. That's a little disrespectful.
He can't do that today, right, Ed? He can't go melt.
Nah, you can't go Ice Age melt.
Man. He was freeze.
I mean, the biggest game of the season, and he stepped up. He can't go melt today.
Nah, he was definitely Mr. Freeze yesterday, Dom. Definitely.
Love you, Andrew. Love you. Love you, Ed.
Love you
All
too,
right.
Dommy. See you, buddy.
Speaking of Freeze, here's your Avalanche.
This is it. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons turnaround shot. And oh no! This is the fallout for Simmons. And that brick off the backboard. Oh no! Avalanche! He can't go to the candy store.
It's a scary sound.
Oh
man.
no! Judas! He caused an avalanche with that shot, Judas!
I am who I am. It is what it is.
Oh, that never gets old, man.
By the way, can I just once again just make mention that we're the best, Philadelphia? Like, there were people that went to Brooklyn yesterday.
They're
boom.
the best. Yeah, they're
Just the boom.
They are the greatest.
You just wait, dude. When he plays here.
Oh.
You think he had a lot of it when he was sitting on the bench?
That's going to be beautiful.
Oh, man. Every time he touches the ball.
That's going to be beautiful. Oh, my God. Let's go to Jeff. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jeffrey?
Yo, cuz, what's going on, man?
What's up, Jeff?
Just sitting out on the porch, listening to you, watching the squirrels and the birds fly by. What's up with you, man?
Not much, baby.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since I went to Parks. Maybe like the Thanksgiving Eve, the night before Thanksgiving. I got there too early. You weren't there. I asked the guys who you work with. I'm like, where's Cuz? And they're like, oh, he ain't here yet. I'm like, oh man. But I was playing poker in there, and I thought I was playing poker with a guy who looked like Mikey Miss, and I had aces on Mike, and I told him, like, Mikey, you got to lay it down. I'm like, I got aces. He's like, oh, you didn't believe me. So he called, and then the pot was like $90, and I put up. I'm like,
yeah, I got to tell you, Jeff, where you going, babe? Come on, bro.
No, I just wanted to talk Phillies, and
yeah,
that the Phillies, we're rolling. We were watching last night, me and my pops, and it was awesome, man. I looked over at him, gave him a little fist pump, like, we're back. And then I went upstairs, talked to my mom, like, we did this, like, stood there, and we just, like, we weren't in tears because we've been here before, you know what I mean? But like when we win the World Series, like it's, we're gonna win. I'm confident. I'm confident in the Eagles.
Well, I mean, look, just getting into the playoffs, right? Like that's a big deal, right? Like just making the playoffs is a feat, right? I mean, like seriously, that's what we're talking about. Just getting in the playoffs, and the matchup, you got a shot. But I'm not talking about World Series, and I'm not talking about winning anything other than I'm just happy they're in the playoffs. And yeah, they could win. They could beat the Cardinals. It's not crazy. Put it this way, the odds are better going in that the Phillies could beat St. Louis 2 games on the road with Wheeler and Nola than, like the Eagles last year in the playoffs, right? Like, that was pie in the sky. It's not pie in the sky to think that the Phillies could win 2 games in St. Louis. Right or wrong, Tunis?
No, not at all. I think what you just said was perfect. It's not like last year's Eagles. Right, where you go, yeah, they're not beating the Bucks. But I go, Wheeler? Nola? It's not like this isn't the Yankees lineup. This isn't the Stros lineup.
I know.
This isn't the Jays lineup.
No, listen,
I'm a good, solid ball club.
I'm not talking about anything other than, hey, maybe you can beat St. Louis. That's it. You got your 2 big studs going. I think you got a chance to win.
I would love to see a home playoff game. Would love it.
I mean and it's pretty simple. I'm not looking down the line. So before anybody starts going, now you're going to say the Phillies are going to win the World Series. Stop. Dwayne, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Dwayne.
Yo, Cuz, how you doing, buddy?
What's happening, Dwayne?
Listen, man, I am ecstatic about the Sixers last night. I know it was preseason, but Cuz, they look so good. And this is without Embiid, without Harden, without Tucker. They look like they're going to take the world by the storm, man. They looked great last night.
Yeah. I mean, it's preseason, so you can't really read a lot into it. But I will tell you, we were there, media day. They got the right kind of vibe about them. Harden looks great. I mean, he really does look great. I think this is a big run. I think this is the year they finally get out of that second round.
Man, I can't agree with you more. And to add icing on the cake, the Phils get into the postseason. Eagles are 4-0.
Yeah,
and
baby.
I'm so ecstatic. I could do a car. If I wasn't driving right now, I'd do
it. Yes. That is when we talk about 4 for 4 and feeling good and the roaring 20s. They're upon us. I mean, look at this Eagles thing. Well, seriously, how good you feel? But people ask me, when do you think the first loss comes? And my answer is, honestly, I don't know.
Don't know. I ain't even looking forward to them losing.
Yeah, I look at them and I go, I think they're going to beat Arizona, and they're sure as hell going to beat the Cowboys on a Sunday Night Football. And then after that, you got Pittsburgh at home. I mean, there's a lot more winnable games. Houston, I don't know. Indianapolis suddenly scare you? They don't scare me anymore.
Don't scare me at all. Because, listen, I know I don't have much time, but I got a quick yo.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to give my yo to the Lindenwold Chargers 6U team, which my son plays for. And my son, who's 5 years old, scored his first touchdown ever.
I love it.
Cuz.
Was he a running back?
Yeah, he's a running back and a defensive end.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because this kid is going to be amazing. Look out for number 26. 6U Linden World, New Jersey Chargers, man. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go, Chargers. Let's go, man.
That's awesome, buddy. You got it, brother. That's funny. You know, we never did the bells yesterday.
Oh, no, we didn't. You're right. We had them ready to go. Just got busy.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
How was that? That was an oversight. No, if I say to you, because I've been asked this question a million times, when's their first loss? You go, I don't know. Like I really don't feel like they're going to lose on Sunday.
No, I don't either. I think they actually make it pretty easy this Sunday.
I kind of do too.
I think the people that are going out there, obviously you're going to have a great time at the watch party. But the people going to Arizona, man, I think they're going to have a good time.
Dude, I think the same thing. I mean,
Line was, 5.5, we said?
Yeah, and that's in the Eagles line.
Yeah, it's a late
On
piece.
the road?
The victory? Yeah, it's a late piece.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's good times, and it's great to be able to share them with you guys. We just love it. It's the best. All right, stay tuned. The best show ever coming your way. Tyrone and Bo and Hunter and Jen. Everybody, thanks for hanging. We love you. We'll see you in the morning.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Playoff baseball is back. I'm Andrew Saltrunas, and this update is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Come to Dave